there's any game as polarizing as Destiny 2. I have noticed, like, we did our community review of Warmind last week. Jordan, you've been enjoying yourself some Warmind. Thought it was pretty decent. And the response to that is one of two things. People love Destiny 2 or people hate Destiny 2. There really is nobody in the middle. At least that's what it seems like on the interwebs. Is there another game that's as polarizing as Destiny 2, do you think?
World of Warcraft.
You could close that.
No, I'm just going to say that World of Warcraft.
Oh, World of Warcraft, you think is that polarizing?
Yeah, I feel like there's a lot of people that hate it, and there's a lot of people that, there's a lot of people that love it, and there's a lot of people that love to hate it.
Oh, do you think that's the case with a Destiny?
Oh, yeah.
Is it because it's been so successful that...
I think it's just because it's so popular, everybody's playing it, so you have millions of opinions.
Yeah. McSpicy, how about you? Any other game that you think reaches
Or maybe
that polarization level?
Destiny 1.
The Destiny series.
Yeah, no, really. I mean, I said this last week. It really is. People hate it because they like it.
Yeah.
I really feel like it's...
They want it to succeed.
They want it to be better. They really love certain things about it. And because the people that, don't care to play that game, for example, for the most part, they just don't care they just don't play it. And so they don't talk about it, right? And then they just go play, I don't know, World of Warcraft or whatever it is they want to play, their specific game they like. But those that are invested in and just love the game, love the root of the game, those are the ones, they're the best friend that can tell you to, grow up here, know?
Mm-hmm.
That's the relationship. This game needs to be better. This game did this. I hate that. It should be better. Then you get your polarizing, I love it. It's a love-hate relationship, right?
Yeah.
So
I just noticed in response to our questions that we posed in comments, it was either I love Warmind or I hate this game so much. You know what I mean? I just like, whoa, man, what the passion that's there.
Because with me, Call of Duty years ago when I was that's the only game I played, I hated it, but I loved it. There were so many things wrong with it.
Call of Duty, I think, is probably just as polarizing. Yeah, absolutely.
It's something that I loved so much, but there were things that bugged me, but I loved it, right? It's just I wanted it a certain way. And no other game could give it to me like that, right? So, no.
Welcome, everybody. We are the X1 Bros. This is podcast number 211. As always, I am joined by the Bros, the X1 Bros. First and foremost, he's mixing his drink right now. He is Mr. McSpicy. He's got a nice shirt on as well.
Oh, yeah, I dressed up for today's show. It's a button-up shirt.
You're looking, and you got a haircut. I mean, you're just a dapper dude. It's Mr. McSpicy, Mark Haywood.
Hello. Let me put my camera on me.
There it is, right there.
Everybody.
Oh, look at that dapper haircut right there. Second, he is Jordan the man, Jordan Paskett.
Hello.
Jordan just informed me that he purchased Divinity Original Sin 2.
Game preview.
Oh, that makes me so happy. Now, how much was that game?
$60.
Oh, it makes me so happy that I didn't have to pay for it.
But so it's in game preview right now. It's actually one of the new stores. We'll talk about it when it comes up.
Okay.
But it's a good one.
Oh man, really
Stay
excited.
tuned.
Stay tuned.
Don't go away.
Stay tuned. Teaser. That's a teaser right there. Last but not least, I am X1.
Hello.
We are the X1
You're
Bros.
off center. You're off center on camera. You should fix your camera.
Son of a, hold on. Let me fix that camera.
There you
If
go.
you guys want to see all the amateurish that goes on, come join us. Mixer.com/X1 Bros. Every week. It's where we record the show
We
live.
pretend we're awesome.
Yeah,
That's where we
we
pretend.
do.
This is my pretend room. I have all my fun stuff on the wall.
State of Decay 2.
Okay, let's just
here.
shut me up.
It's
Okay,
here.
I'm fine. Now let's keep going.
I mean,
No,
We
I
can
don't want to
continue
talk
with
about
the
it. No,
pretend. We can
I
continue
don't
with
want
the
to talk about it.
pretend.
You go. You just talk about State of Decay 2 right now. I don't care.
would this be your base? Would this, out of the three of our houses, who would get the home base in State of Decay? Whose house would make the best home base?
Mine, because I got room for a garden and stuff, right?
Oh yeah, you do have the biggest property.
Because we need to eat food.
Yeah, we do need food.
I'm the guy that
Okay, you
thinks
win.
about food.
Yours wins.
Yeah.
I have rocks, so you couldn't plow through my yard
No,
with.
but we could probably figure out a way to weaponize your rocks.
Yeah, those rocks.
What if we
that's
just
like
made a home
it's
base
like
at like
wall.
a Burger King or something? And then all the food stuff
Costco.
there for us. Oh.
Costco home
That's
base?
like-
That's really big.
That a mall. That's like your generic zombie movie right there. Everything zombie is. Everyone goes to the mall, and then there's those people that are on top with the guns and stuff. Just
Yeah, the smart people that went upstairs.
In zombie movies, though, they always act like when the zombie apocalypse came, people were just shopping at the mall and then turned into zombies because they'll go in and it's like, oh, there's the shoppers. No, that's not how it happened, but that's how they make it.
Did you know
seem.
I was looking at Google one time.
No,
And
I think you're wrong.
Okay.
Okay. That's where the people are all at, and the zombies follow the people, so they can smell the pure
freshness.
bloods,
The pure blood.
The non-mud
Voldemort
bloods.
pure bloods.
Yeah.
Yeah. So that they go to the mall where everyone is still alive.
Jordan, you were Googling?
Oh yeah, I googled this was like
Sorry,
2-3
I cut
years
him off.
ago. I was reading something. It was when Walking Dead was coming back
Yeah.
up, like it was forever ago, like
Okay.
season 2 or 3, right? Anyway, at that time, there was basically an article and a statement saying that the one world crisis that the world is most prepared for is a zombie apocalypse.
Yeah. I believe that. I think I believe that.
Yeah, I do too. Because honestly, I mean, if zombies do hit, I don't think they're matched for like the military. Like, that's
No.
like the one thing.
Like in
when-
Walking Dead season 1, there's a tank that he finds. Remember, it's like one of the first episodes
Yeah.
in downtown Atlanta, and
Yeah.
the dude inside the tank somehow got beat by zombies. No
Yeah.
way, man.
No, I
Tanks
get like
tanks
if
can run
No,
over buildings.
yeah, and
You
I get
think
I
human
get the
bones are going
I mean
to
that's
stop
what
a tank?
that's what the treads are for. You know?
Yeah, that's
and I get like
the tread is built to crush humans.
I get like people say, well, if there's like a million zombies and the tank might get stuck. Okay, worst case scenario, the tank gets stuck. You'd bomb them. I mean, like it's not. I
Haven't you
really
seen-
think
is
that's
it
like the one.
Expendables where you shoot from the cannon and you fly back.
Yeah.
That's
I
Expendables.
think a zombie apocalypse scenario would happen after like World War III. That's the only time it would ever kind of take over after the armies have been defeated. You know what I
The
mean?
armies of Armageddon.
Yeah, exactly. That's
spicy.
what I think.
You guys have forgot about one important concept.
Yeah.
Sabotage.
Saboteurs.
Yeah, you forgot about sabotage. A virus like that was obviously fabricated.
This is true.
Yeah.
It was
Or
obviously
aliens.
weaponized.
Or aliens.
Exactly. And so they're going to, put it in the best. If the military's their greatest defense against,
Yeah.
they're going to take it out first.
Yeah, but
sorry,
can you
sabotage. Dwight.
Saboteur.
Can you simultaneously hit every single military installation that just one country has? That not to mention every other country. You know what I mean?
If aliens sabotaged it, yes.
Well, see, that's a different story. Now,
The
Alien.
New Order did in Star Wars 8 or 7. Yeah, 8. Whatever
the-
what it was.
the New
Remember,
Order
they
needs-
just had that big moon that just blew every planet up within like a 2-minute time frame.
Oh, well, I feel like the New Order.
That's
needs,
how you do it.
The new, I feel like the New Order needs new leadership, better leadership.
Why is that?
Because if your commanders can't look out the window and see the drop ships leaving, then I feel like you need new leadership. Like you need a new captain of that ship.
Hey, someone just look out the window.
Yeah.
Yeah, and make sure your janitors don't defect, because that janitor knew all the pressure points of that moon.
Yeah,
You got to
what the
treat your
heck?
cleaning people right.
That's what that shows.
Yeah.
Higher wages, better benefits.
Oh,
Maybe that janitor would have sabotaged you, man.
Yeah. No, like that's what you do.
And-
if they're smart enough to make a virus like that, they have a great marketing and PR team and infiltration team to know where all the pressure points are. They have a team ready to go in and hit the right spots.
That's
You
funny.
know what else bothers me about Star Wars, the newest one, is
Should I put a moderate?
no. This is the last thing I promise. Is that the laser? First of all, they're lasers.
Oh yeah, this
They
fucking
arc.
too.
They're like artillery arcs.
Lasers don't have gravity
yeah,
in
first
space.
of all,
It's
a
light.
laser
It's light.
doesn't need to arc. It's a perfect beam, right?
Well, especially in space.
And in space where there's no gravity, it doesn't need to arc up to come down. It's not like a mortar. It's
Yeah,
just,
that was
I, don't-
funny.
I feel like
I laughed at
I
that.
feel like the New Order needs just better command. Like I don't feel that's why they're losing. Honestly,
man.
actually, after that movie, I don't know who's winning or losing. I
Well,
don't know what's going on.
and they're like hoard the best armor, right? Phasma's armor, it's like super shiny, but apparently it deflects blasters.
Yeah, why
Yeah.
couldn't everybody have that armor?
I don't know. Is it
And-
like made out of
And
vibranium?
why do you give it to the one person that's only in the movie a total of 3 minutes
This is true.
and then
Yeah.
falls down?
Yeah, that's right. They gotta get a better guy that gives out armor for sure.
Yeah,
they
yeah.
need better direct. I agree.
They need better
direct-
leadership. The New Order does.
State of Decay 2.
Yeah.
It's not yet out, but we got early access to it. We've all had a chance to play it. Let's talk about it. I would like to start with Jordan. Give me your first impression, your initial thoughts. First of all, how long you played it for? You put some time in, so
Yeah,
you're
we
fairly.
put
So
some-
this
we
is
put
actually
some time in,
probably
yeah.
more of a full review for you.
Well, I like to beat the game first.
Okay,
you know.
okay. Fair enough.
But this is
Go
anyway,
ahead.
yeah. So it's right now. Well, the reason I bought this game is because yes, it's going to be in Game Pass. So if you have Game Pass, you get it for free automatically next week. But if you buy the Ultimate Edition, which is only $49, so it's still cheaper than a regular game, you get it early, which is today, right? Which is really cool. So I just spent the $40 or $49 and got it early.
$49.99.
And played it
Plus
last night,
tax.
and yeah. So anyway, it's a lot of fun. I played the first State of Decay maybe about an hour. You know, didn't
Okay.
get too
You
into
didn't
it. So
get that into it.
this was like my first State of Decay, and I really enjoyed it. Really like the base management and character management, more so the character management, because you got to switch. You're upgrading a character, but there's that drive to upgrade all your characters. You know
In
what I
case
mean?
your character dies.
Yeah, exactly. Like
In case you lose
it's
one.
really really fun. Honestly, I've been doing a couple objectives here and there, but I've just been scavenging.
Have you lost any characters?
No, not yet.
Not yet?
Not yet. No.
Okay.
I've been scavenging a lot. I have 3 cars parked in my driveway.
Oh, you're
all
a car
with
collector.
all with full gas and a gas tank in the trunk ready to go.
Oh,
Yeah, I have upgraded medical wing, upgraded workshop.
very nice.
I'm flying, man.
Nice.
I'm stable on my. I'm very selective in my regime. I only let certain people in.
Okay, how is
If you rub me the wrong way, I don't let them in.
okay,
And that's why we're surviving, because I'm at
you're
we're not-
exclusive.
yeah,
That's
we're
why.
exclusive.
Built the wall.
Yeah. No, and I like it's just the base management and the character management I think is the draw to that game. It's super fun. And then of course, I mean, the permadeath really,
Oh, that makes it
grounds you
interesting,
in
yeah.
reality, right? So now let me talk about co-op for a second.
Yes.
So I called Far Cry Fake Co-op because like you were able to play co-op and you were able to like level your character and bring weapons back to your game, but you didn't progress the story with your friend, right? This game is this kind of the same way. Everything carries over back and forth between matches except objectives, right? So I think co-op would have been perfect if you guys were on the same objective and you can complete a mission together at the same time, right? And you just got to do it like Dead Rising did, right? In Dead Rising 3, we could play the campaign together, and when we split, our single player campaigns progressed with us. Now, what you did is if one person was further than the other, that person that was further just came down and replayed those levels to bring that person back up,
Yeah.
right? I think they could have did something like that, and I mean, I'm sure there's reasons
Well, you
why.
get to
but-
carry your loot and stuff, but
But
that's not that big of a deal.
the
necessarily.
draw, my only issue with Far Cry multiplayer, I mean, we had a lot of fun when we played it. It's fun to play with friends. The only issue was, now I got to go back to my game and do the missions again.
exact same thing again. Yeah.
So now instead of Decay, it's the same thing, which is kind of like, darn it, but the cool part
Your
about
character levels up, right?
yeah, the cool part about and that did in Far Cry as well. But the cool part about State of Decay is I feel like I'm progressing more so in State of Decay co-op than I was in Far Cry co-op, because even though I'm not progressing my objectives, I'm still progressing my materials, equipment. Not necessarily my base, but different. I'm getting new weapons, which in that game, weapons and bullets are rare. So I mean, when you get weapons and bullets, it's like, oh, this is a good one, right? So, but the one thing that it does have that does make co-op fun is if your character dies in your friend's world, he's still gone. Like, it's
I
permadeath
love
everywhere.
that.
Yeah, so
That is really
and
cool.
You can still switch between your community when in a friend's match, so you can still level different
I
characters.
take
so
over my weakest character all the
so
time.
the only downfall to co-op, in my opinion, there's 2 downfalls to co-op, in my opinion, and they're not too big a deal because we still had a lot of fun. But I wish objectives would carry. If you're on the same objective, they would carry over, And then also the tethering. I've never been a big fan of tethering, and I understand why.
Tethering as far as not being able to
Yeah,
leave
you
each
can't.
other's
You can only
distance?
300
now,
meters.
In
Okay.
State of Decay, it is pretty big. I feel like it's a little bit bigger than it was in Far Cry because we didn't run into that issue too much, but there was a couple scenarios where it happened, and I know why they do it. It's not.
You don't think it's necessary?
Well, it's just not as like if I it would be cool and more immersive if I could go wherever I wanted.
Yeah.
You know what I mean? Whereas I can within the tethering range essentially, but it's not. It is pretty big, so it's not too big of a deal. But I really like the game. I think it's a good time.
Give me. First of all, I want to hear, how does it control? How does it handle?
Oh, it feels really good. Now I've never played the first one, but the gun mechanics feel good.
Gun mechanics feel
Yeah,
fantastic.
It feels good. The controls feel really good. Now there is, it does need a patch. There is a few bugs here and there, but nothing they can't do within the week one. And I'm sure they're working on that. I think the reason they release games early like this is to work those out. So for public launch, they can kind of throw out a day one patch, if you will, and
you
get all
think
that.
they will?
Yeah. So I mean, it's a perfect like. Hey,
Did you run into a lot of glitches, game-breaking glitches?
no,
or-
nothing game breaking, and actually, I have not had a single crash, which is nice.
very
yeah.
nice. That is
So
nice.
I've had a couple stutters. There has
Well, you
been.
crashed your car.
Yeah.
Yes, you
There's been a few lag instances in multiplayer, but nothing bad,
Okay.
right? So it's been really fun.
Give me one criticism.
I wish the objectives would carry over, and then the tethering I'm not a big
Okay.
fan of. In
McSpicy,
multiplayer.
how about you? Give me your impression.
I definitely played less than Jordan. I was trying to play this throughout the day.
Yeah. I mean, let's put it. Jordan went hard
Yeah.
at it.
I tried to go hard, but I kept getting phone calls and stuff. And do you know what's hard about this game? There's no pause button.
Yeah, you can't. You're like, oh, you got to go back to the base, and your base can still be
I'm
attacked.
sitting there having a client call me, and I'm walking them through, updating.
You're all
some-
distracted.
Yeah, and I'm like sitting there in a car, and a zombie's on my window, pounding on my car, trying to get in, and I'm like, I can't do this. I can't deal with this right now.
It's stressful.
I can't deal with the zombie
It's
right now.
because of the permadeath, man.
And so I would, I would exit out, and then the call's over. I'd like, hey, finally I can play again. I'll go back in. Nope, get another phone call, and same thing. I was on an intense, conference call when there was a zombie attack. Have you had a zombie attack?
at your
You're a
base, yeah.
horde, like a horde attack.
Oh,
Were you
no.
building at the time?
No.
So if you build an upgrade, there's a noise meter because every time you build,
Oh.
it makes
That-
noise,
that
and that
determines
can
what
attract
attracts.
more zombies for
it
attacks.
was one of the most stressful experiences I've had.
So you played State of Decay 1 and loved it.
Yeah,
you
I really liked
were
it.
into State of Decay
Yeah.
1. Compare the two. So lots of people. It was State of Decay 1 was a lot of people's choice for Game of the Year.
Yeah.
The year it came out. How does it compare to State of Decay 2? Have they nailed it? Have they upgraded it? Is it so-so? What do you think?
I mean, honestly, it feels like the same game, just different.
Okay.
I
In
don't
a
know.
better way, worse way? Did they improve?
Same game with your friends.
Yeah, that's
Yeah.
that's really what it feels like. And it's a really fun, game. It really is. It's like a organization zombie simulator where you have to organize manage your sources of whatever, bricks, food, whatever. So you have to figure that out. You have to figure out how to defend. So if you like games like that, where it's kind of a tower defense, but not really. But you have to manage, people.
Well, it's a survivalist game
Yeah.
at its core.
It's really kind of the same game as the first one, just different. I don't know. It's really
Ronan in chat says he feels the shooting's a lot better.
Yeah.
Yeah, okay, I can see that. My criticism is I have a hard time with the default buttons. At the same time, they have a really extensive mapping system with the buttons,
Sure.
which I think all games should have. I don't know why they don't. So the default buttons, and it's partly my fault because I play the claw.
Yeah.
I have my pointer finger on my right hand pressing the X, Y, B, A buttons, and my middle finger hits the trigger. This control scheme that they default to is not meant for a player like that. The reason I do that, if anyone's wondering, is because I like to have my thumbs on the joystick at all times. Yeah. So
It's like being at 10 and 2.
yeah, exactly. I'm very proper.
You are. I
Make
appreciate that about
I
you.
stop 3 seconds at the stop
Yes,
sign.
you
Just
do it
make
all.
sure it's really just good. No, so the control, like the X and the right bumper and the right trigger, it's just weird with the claw scheme. So, but like a great developer, they added an extensive mapping system, so I can get around that if I
Nice.
so please.
Very nice. But bugs? Did you notice any big
Yeah,
bugs? Because
it's buggy.
in all the reviews, that is the complaint.
Yeah, it's
that
buggy. Like I said, I've only played a couple hours so far, and the bugs I've experienced just make me laugh. Like I was in Jordan's game. Oh, I have a good bug to tell you after this. I was in Jordan's game, and Jordan was talking to some. I don't know what Jordan was doing to this dude, actually, to be honest. But he was floating in the middle of his yard.
The guy that Jordan was
Yeah.
worshiping?
Yeah, it was. I was like, whoa,
Whoa.
what I walked into, right?
Yeah.
And he was in a cutscene, which is interesting because it's a lot. The cutscene is the live engine, right?
Yeah.
And he was actually in like a tent canopy that I couldn't see.
Oh.
So he was doing some freaky stuff in there. That all right, Jordan, whatever, it's your game. So I'll just go over here and I'll just bring you some supplies.
Is co-op what State of Decay was missing then? Do you
Yeah.
feel like
Yeah.
this is really taking it to a new level?
It makes it really fun. I want to play with 4 people. I've only played with 2 so far.
Double doors fun.
Yeah, because everyone in a car having a good time smacking their doors
people?
open. The bug that I experienced that confused me. So I played my game. I started my game out. I got used to certain characters, right? Andrea or whoever, the doctor lady, then other people. They all have their names. Well, me and Jordan were testing the co-op last night, and I would go into his game. He would go into mine, and we were just playing around. When I logged into this morning, all my people's names were changed to Jordan's. And they were all different. Like, because the people generator is like, it's a...
I think like every character has like potentially 3 or 4 names that they can get.
Oh my
different
goodness, that's
personalities.
hilarious.
So I was like, who are you?
I don't know. Why are
What
these
are
strange people in my house?
And then the doctor person is someone completely different. I'm like, what is going on? They got some of the zombie drug, So that was a bug. It saved the wrong game onto my file.
That's a pretty big one.
Yeah,
Oh, that's funny.
I was confused.
So State of Decay, this is my first time playing it as well. So this is State of Decay 2, my first foray into it. I know the first one was super loved and adored by many
It's on the
people.
360.
I
and they
liked
moved
it.
up, yeah.
And
I
so
liked it.
far, so I've only played offline. I've not played co-op. I've not played
Should have
anything.
done private. They have 3 modes.
Yeah, I can change. I can change it. Go back and
do
change
it private, because then you can just invite people in.
Yeah.
No one will join you
it.
randomly.
Well, right now I have it
You can shoot
offline.
up
I
a
just did it
flare.
offline, and I'm an hour into the game. I've just set up my base and I started scavenging. That is it. Having said that, it feels solid. Gameplay feels solid. I love the survival aspect. I love that stuff breaks. That you're always searching for stuff. That you're building up your fort. Anyways, so far it seems like a lot of fun. Now next week, obviously, we'll have a full review. We'll have a community review because the game officially launches. But fun factor for me, 100%.
I agree. I think if this game, I mean, it's in Game Pass, so I mean, it's well worth it in Game Pass. But if it wasn't in Game Pass, I think this is well worth the money.
Really,
Yeah,
Nick
oh,
Spicy.
yeah.
How about you?
Jordan's nervous over there. Yes, so far, I mean, it's buggy and stuff. And, like I said, $50, I think that's probably too much so far. I would say, because what's the normal price of it?
Well, so we
$19.99?
paid for the Ultimate Edition.
Yeah,
to
it's
get
20
it early.
it's $29.99.
So
it's
30 is
$29.99.
the regular
I think
price.
30 is an excellent price for it. We got the $50 ones because we wanted to
Wanted to
play
get it
early,
early, yeah.
right? I think that's a good price. The really good price is the fact that you get Game Pass.
Yeah.
That's what you do with this game.
Yeah, and get $10.
Yeah, so
Now,
I
if
think
they
30
if
I
they
think
patch,
30
let's
is
say they
good.
do what Jordan says, day 1 patch, fix a majority of the bugs. The average score I've seen out there out of 10 on reviews is around a 7, 7.5, because of the glitches. Is honestly what knocked it. If those glitches didn't exist, if they patched that day 1, what do you think this game gets? An
Like
A,
price or an
B?
A? Well, see, it's.
I think it's anywhere between. I think it's in the B range.
I hate giving scores because every person is different.
Yeah.
It's a unique. It's this very specific genre, and if you like that genre, you're going to love it. It's an absolute buy. If you're not that genre, you're going to be like, I'm bored, right?
Yeah.
So I don't know. I think it's a great game. It's definitely for me. I like it, so I would say do your research and
Yeah, there we go. Next week, with after release, stay tuned. We will have our full community review. In order to vote in that community review, you'll need to be on Discord. Well, just go to x1bros.com and hit that Discord button if you've not joined us there yet. 24 hours a day, 7 days a week.
365 days a year.
Oh, of game
next after that?
fun. I don't. You'd probably go 10 years.
How many
Probably go
years?
10 years.
10 years is a decade.
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 Right?
Yes.
Is that,
Yeah.
is that what it is? And then
Decade.
what after that?
100
years a century. We should just keep going.
Then the millennia is
Then
1,000.
millennia.
Oh, what?
What's after that?
We'll all be dead.
A quintillennia? I don't know.
No, what are an age?
Oh, an age.
An age. Yeah,
Age
right
of
now we're in the
empires. I get it.
technology age or something, right?
May 26th.
And then after that,
It's a Saturday. I would like to get your guys' opinion on this.
May
I've had this
26th.
proposed in Discord to me, and I thought, hey, that's not a bad idea. Community play is May 26th. We originally were going to do Halo 5. I say we do Master Chief Collection.
that's a great idea.
Great idea.
do a little
Keep
Halo
it in
2
the Halo
anniversary,
thing.
yeah.
So,
Halo 1 multiplayer. Oh, that's going to be fun.
change of plans, everybody. Saturday, May 26th at noon Eastern. We will do Master Chief Collection. If you don't have it, load it up. It's a big one, so you're gonna have to preload.
It's like
that one.
120 kids,
Yeah, so
man.
You have to. I would suggest checking with your internet provider to make sure there's no data caps because this is
Yes.
the game that'll get you.
It'll get you. It'll get you good.
Go to McDonald's or Starbucks or something and just
Can you imagine? That would be
Park in
hilarious.
the
Like,
parking lot.
suck down the McDonald's Wi-Fi.
That's Saturday.
That would be awesome.
May 26th. Community play. Join us.
Or MCC.
Yeah. McSpicy, besides State of Decay, what did you play this
Good
week?
job. What did I play this week? Fortnite.
Oh, yeah. Oh, that dance video was hilarious. Did you guys tweet that out? Did you message that out?
No, I'll message
How
it
long
out.
did that take? You synced up.
Like 20
Explain to the
minutes?
listeners what you did.
There was the best dance I've ever seen in my life released this week. It's fabulous.
It's fabulous.
That's the best way to describe it.
Fabulous.
Yeah, it's so good. And me, Jono, and Jordan all started dancing in sync together.
It was hilarious
And
what I saw.
It makes me happy.
It made me happy.
We tried over and over. One,
took us
two,
like 20
three, go.
minutes, yeah.
Are we going on the G of go? Or are we going on the 3? We're going on the TH of 3. Okay, let's do it. 1, 2, 3. Jono! Oh, yeah. It's really good. It's a fun dance.
How are you? Are you improving skill wise in
Yeah.
Fortnite?
Yeah, it's hard, though.
It's a tough one.
I feel like I'm old now.
Yeah. Has that game
I'm slowing
replaced
down.
Overnight or Overwatch for you?
Yeah, for sure.
Overnight?
Yeah.
That's a good
It's
name.
replaced Overwatch Overnight.
That'll be the expansion.
Overwatch Overnight. It's
Yeah.
replaced it. Yeah.
Really?
Yeah, it has.
What does Overwatch need to do to get you back?
You probably just need to jump into it.
Well, because I jump into it in the last week to get my profile picks.
Yeah.
Right for the season. Yeah, I guess I just need to jump into it. I'm hard to get back into in a game though, because when I consider myself done with the game, I don't look back.
There is a game I want to try and get you back into. I'll tell you about it later.
Destiny.
Well, yeah. There's a lot of games I want to get you back into, but I'll tell you about a more specific one later.
Okay.
So anything else?
Yeah.
Anything else besides Fortnite?
I can't probably. I don't know. I can't remember. It's been a tough week for work.
Hall of Fame. We have a Hall of Fame, believe it or not. What the Hall of Fame is it's our most watched viewers on Mixer. We've had a Hall of Fame up there for probably, about a month? Maybe a month and a half when you implemented Hall of Fame. I don't know. But regardless, we will be resetting the Hall of Fame.
Ooh.
A
this
hard
weekend.
reset.
A hard reset.
Snap.
Our top, so we want to announce, every month we're going to announce our top 3 Hall of Fame users.
Viewers on our streams,
on Mixer.
right? On Mixer?
So that's
yeah.
on Mixer. If you're in, we document who it basically records. We have, whatever.
We hired someone.
We hired
with a
someone.
watch.
They have to watch our statistician, Jennifer. Jennifer, the statistician, has logged. Congratulations to our top 3 Hall of Famers. Number 1 coming in. Nobody could catch him. The man, Freaky RO.
Oh, freaky.
Freaky RO. Do we got to go golf clap for him or something?
Yeah.
Or some cheers? Celebration?
I rearranged all these. 1 sec.
Oh, they're little folder icons now.
Oh, golf clap. Freaky RO. Number 1. He's our number 1 Hall of Fame. He gets the gold jacket. The X1 Bros gold jacket. Now, this is
Yeah.
temporary. You've got to give it to
Is
the
it
next
the
guy who
sports
gets
jacket,
it.
like
It's a sports
the golf
jacket,
one that you put
like
on?
PGA.
Yeah.
Coming in at number 2 is the one and only Creed and Eve. Creed and Eve, number
Hey,
2.
Creed
Sorry,
and Eve,
Freaky
yeah.
RO had 208 hours
Oh, yeah.
watched, yes. Creed and Eve came in at 160
Ooh, nice.
and coming up in 3rd place, who I think he jumped some people to
Is
get
it me?
there.
Am I allowed to win this?
Chief Wiggum. You actually are allowed to win it.
No,
Oh.
we got
That's
ourselves
right.
out
We
of
logged
there.
ourselves out.
Yeah.
Because technically I was in the lead because I'm always in there whenever.
We just give
streaming.
it to
We
ourselves.
just give it to ourselves.
The jacket.
Can't beat me, suckers.
We want ourselves.
Chief Wiggum at 149 hours. Congratulations. That's our top
Very
3
cool.
Hall of Fames. This is one more round of applause. Yes, thank you. Golf clap. The gold jacket goes to Freaky RO. We're going to reset these. Start it. We will do this again at the end of June. So jump in. All you got to do is show up, hang out, have fun, and your hours will be logged, and maybe you can make it into the log of fame and steal that gold jacket from Freaky RO. It's going to be tough. The man is a machine. A machine.
watching
He
machine.
really hit his stride. I'd say about halfway through last month. He's perfect form. Yeah, and no one could touch him, you know?
His browser technique.
His browser technique was on point. Click and move. Click and
BT.
move.
Yeah.
Browser technique.
Jordan, besides State of Decay, what else did you play?
Oh, let me tell you. I played. So I beat Far Cry last week, and I talked about it, right?
Yes.
So this week I decided to start Rise of the Tomb Raider again.
Oh.
And I actually didn't get very far because I unsubscribed from World of Warcraft because I'm like, all right, I feel like I've done all I can in the current expansion, or all I want to do. I've reached my goals and stuff, and now I'll just wait for the next one. So I'll save myself $15 a month. But then I was like, well, why not just reallocate my resources?
Why not?
So I went right over and subbed to ESO, and I just hammered that all week.
Ooh.
Yeah, it was a lot of fun.
How many? Well, now, what did you do all in ESO? Did you
So
run, run some dungeons?
Yeah. So I started a new character. I'm having their new updates that they're doing is awesome. I pre-ordered Somerset, so we're good there. But all their updates up until now have been fantastic. Like, it's a lot of fun. Mark, I really think if you jumped in, you'd have a better time. Especially maybe not starting the base game. Just jump right into the expansions of Morrowind and then Somerset.
Is this the game you wanted me to get back into?
No, not at all.
Can you tell us the game that you wanted to get back into?
I will later. It's a surprise.
Oh, dang it. Okay.
So, but
stop teasing me.
Yeah, stay tuned.
Stay tuned.
Yeah. That's how we get
So
people to
besides
stay.
ESO,
Did
you get player housing? Did you get your player housing?
Not yet, because I was so last time I played the game, the dungeon finder was broken. It's on point now. There are a lot of people out there that just quit, which bothers me. It's like, don't queue up.
Don't queue up if you're just
You
going
got
to quit,
something
man.
to do. Do that. Don't queue up.
If you're about to go to bed in 10 minutes, don't queue up for an hour-long
no,
raid.
And it's not like I get this would happen in Warcraft sometimes. You queue up and there's like a 45-second timer. And if the 45-second timer goes all the way and then it kicks someone and then re-queues someone else into your group. I understand those because I'm like, you wanted to play, but then you had to go to the bathroom or something. I get that, right? But these people are like, queue pop, someone quit. And I'm like, what are you doing?
Poopazoid.
Yeah,
I
why
hate that.
Why are you
I hate
queuing
that.
up?
Yeah.
Don't
That's
queue
the
up. So
worst.
anyway, but their dungeon finder's so good it would pop the queue instantly almost, and then you'd go through 2 or 3 people that quit, and then you finally get the dungeons are on point. And I've only done early dungeons because remember we made it to max level, but we did a couple dungeons here and there.
Yeah.
We never did any trials or anything like that when we played. But yeah, so
Loving
I
yourself some ESO?
yes, I redid a character. I'm a Templar now. I'm going for a little battle mage action.
I like
or
that.
just not battle mage, battle priest.
Okay.
Battle priest, the holy light. I'm
What
bringing
were
it
you
into the
before
world.
Templar?
I was a rogue.
Okay. You
I
prefer
was,
Templar now, or you think Rogue is your...
Well, I've always played the Paladin class.
Okay.
I usually always play Warrior or Paladin, and I usually lean towards Paladin because I like being like, a Warrior of the Light.
Mm-hmm.
And then the only time I deviated from that was actually in Warcraft when the Death Knight came out, because that's basically the opposite of a Paladin. It's like there's a Paladin, which is like a Warrior of Light, and then there's a Death Knight who's like the opposite of Knight. So it's kind of a cool transition. But anyway, I'm always I in ESO, the reason I did that is because I went like the David route. I was like, you know what? I always play this. Let me play something else. There's a reason I always play a certain class.
Yeah.
Because I like that class,
Yeah.
right? So I went back to the Templar, which is essentially their version of the Paladin, if you will, or a priest or something. You know what I mean? So, and I'm having a blast. I leveled to 10 super fast, and I'm playing in Morrowind
Okay.
or Vardenfell, right?
It's superior.
I like it. I
Yeah.
think the questing's good. The story's good. The Xbox One X enhancements are good.
Ooh.
Yeah. So, and then jumping into it's just a good time chatting with people over the microphones. I like people.
I
Public
don't.
chat.
I don't.
McSpicy's
So
not
no,
a
it's
person.
a good time. And then they added Battlegrounds that I've yet to play, but I'm excited to. I was addicted to ESO all week, and then State of Decay came out, and I kind of jumped over to that.
I know
So.
you don't like people. When I bought the tickets for what movie was it? The new not Guardians, the new
Avengers.
Infinity War.
Yeah.
You specifically requested an aisle seat because you hate people.
I hate people at movies.
Oh, okay.
Yeah.
It's very specific.
At a
I hate
movie,
people in public.
I have a very specific movie watching habit. Number 1, I must always have popcorn.
Oh,
If
but
I do
it's
not
so
have
good, I know.
If I do not have popcorn at the movies,
You're pissed.
I hate the movie.
Yeah.
That's why go. I could sit at home. Why go watch a movie? I could sit at home. Well, because it's a date. Okay, get me popcorn. Okay,
Yeah.
Number
I hear
2, I must always have a drink. My preferred drink, Dr. Pepper Vanilla Cherry.
I think I'm gonna cut back on the drink in my movie routine.
No, you've got to manage it, man.
I had to pee a
saw you
lot,
get
man.
up. Yeah, I know
You had
you're
to get up twice.
I know.
You're a getter-upper.
Luckily, we were in the theater right next to the bathroom.
You're
Yeah.
a getter-upper. No, see,
I have a bladder of pure steel.
No,
I can last.
My bladder's pretty weak, admittedly.
Not mine. I can
But
just
I've
grip my teeth.
See, unlike Jordan, I created an Excel sheet. I monitored my bladder times and know how long I can last. So what I do, I fill my bad boy up. Boop. Then, because you got like 30 minutes before the movie starts. That's when I eat my popcorn. I just go to town with my popcorn. Don't touch my drink. You can't touch your drink pre-show.
Okay.
Eat your popcorn. Usually I can get through almost the whole tub before the show starts. Then I book it.
Yeah.
And I get my free refill on popcorn. And I come right back.
Do you go use the restroom at that point?
No.
Oh,
no,
man.
because I'm not taking a drink. See?
Okay.
The drink has sat there. It's getting frosty. There's dew on the outside, just looking all good for me.
Yeah.
Then the movie starts. Don't drink it yet. No.
No. You have to
Do
go
you have
no
a-
ice on
Do
this
you have
one.
a timer on your phone or something?
No, it's
Ding,
all in
ding,
my
ding,
head.
ding,
It's all in my
ding,
head.
ding. You can outdrink.
It's my
the break.
biological clock that I use.
Okay.
About 15 minutes in, it's when you can take a sip. Just a nice, solid hit. Just one hit,
Just
solid.
Like a hit.
Wet,
Like a hit of
wet the
cocaine.
palate,
Yeah.
right?
Bam.
And you don't sit there and suck on it. You just one hit.
That's my
Okay?
problem. I just sit there and suck on it.
Oh man, I heard that's your problem, man. No, you just take a hit every so often, but you got to manage the drink. You got to
We
enjoy
all
it.
thought there was
savor
something
it.
wrong. We just couldn't put our finger on it, Jordan.
you got to savor it, and then you don't have to. I don't have to pee till I get home. That's how
That's
good I
nice.
am imagining it. It's enjoyable. Also, I always have to sit on the side. I do not like sit in the middle. I don't like strangers around me. Not around me at a movie. And movie is intimate. It's dark already. Sometimes it can get emotional. I don't want to have to hold the hand of some strange dude next to me. No.
Yeah. There was actually some people that bothered me when Mark and I went to the movie the other day.
Yeah.
There was these people on a date.
No, I
Or
don't
Were
something
know.
they
like
making
that.
out?
Well, they
First of
came-
all,
they-
I have a strict, and people disagree with me on this all the time. I have a strict no makeout rule in the movie theater. You know
Oh,
why?
I am a maker outer.
No, no. See,
Well, if you do that,
I'm
go on the back row,
Well,
right?
in
Well, the
high
thing
school.
is-
In high
no,
school,
no,
that was
see,
the only
I
place
was-
I could.
no, I was
Everywhere
always-
else, my
yeah.
parents were. I'm not gonna make out in front of my
Let's be real.
parents.
You were at your most
No.
douchest when you were in
This
high
is
school.
true. This is true.
No, I'm completely against that. If I'm paying $20-something,
Like I think I made out during Anastasia once.
Probably the bat, right?
I think Finding Nemo.
hey man, no,
Got
if I'm paying $20-something, movies
Those
aren't cheap, man.
cartoons get you.
no, that's
If
true.
I'm paying
That's
$20-something,
true. That's true. It was only makeout session when my parents were giving me allowance and paid. Basically, my parents paid for that makeout session.
No, you make out in the car afterwards for free. I don't.
This is true.
Yeah.
This is true. So that's a pet peeve. Mine is people showing up late to the movie. The movie started and they're walking by you.
This is like the double doozy.
Yeah.
They came what, like an hour and a half into the show?
Yeah.
And that guy was
An hour
on
and a
his
half into
phone.
the show.
Yeah, I think they were hopping theaters.
Oh, okay.
And he was on his phone talking to his whatever, and he's like, full blast. It bugged me.
Yeah.
I wanted to.
You think he was doing it on purpose?
No, I think he was just a douchebag.
Yeah.
I think he has no
I think
idea
he-
that he's a douchebag, but I
Okay.
think
It's
it
one of
was
those things where you don't know that you are, but you are.
yeah.
Most douchebags don't know they're douchebags. They think they're cool. There's a difference.
Yeah, I think this was one of those.
Okay.
Yeah.
Yeah, and we're all like looking at him.
Like
and
the
they're
whole
just
theater?
The
like-
whole theater.
Yeah.
Yeah.
You should have pulled a George Costanza and just got up and yelled at him.
You know the best movie incident I've ever been to?
Me and
is,
you. Yeah, I think I was with you.
We went and saw Rocky. It sucked. But
Rocky like 6?
19, I don't know. One of
Whatever.
them,
The
yes.
latest
Yeah.
Rocky.
The one where
Balboa.
he's like 70.
When Peter Petrelli's in it. That one?
Balboa. Yes. Yes.
Anyway,
We're in the
and-
back row.
Yeah, we're in the back row. Now these people had a problem, and they
They started fighting, like
yeah.
fist fighting
Yeah.
in the movie theater. These kids.
like gentlemen. They took it. You know, that it was.
There was a gentleman's agreement. Let's take this outside.
no,
They started
let's
fighting.
stand up in
and
the
honestly,
aisle
the
and
reason I
start
didn't mind
punching.
it is because that fight was better than the fight
That
on
fight
screen.
was better than the
Yeah.
fight on
Like,
screen.
oh.
Get more entertaining. I just turned around, just eating my popcorn. Whoa.
That's cool.
Having said that, that was in Los Angeles. You know, it's typical. It's just a normal day there.
They were just amped up.
there's two people
You know,
fighting
Rocky,
in the
the
theater.
Rocky theme was going, and it just wanted to throw punches.
Yeah, that's what movies do. Do to some people, some people's children. I don't know.
Yeah. Anyway,
What were we talking about?
Movies.
what were we talking
But what
about?
were we talking about before that?
I don't know.
No,
Jordan-
we hated people. Okay. Let's
Oh yeah. No.
Oh,
You-
ESO. I was playing ESO,
ESO.
and people. Yeah,
Talking
yeah,
to people.
So
Bringing it
anyway,
full.
I'm having a ton of fun with ESO.
Bringing it full circle. There you go. True achievements. If you are an achievement hunter and you would like to compare yourself to the rest of the community, you can do so over at trueachievements.com. Just search for the X1 Bros Leaders Board. Every week we go over the top 3 spots. Coming in at number 1 this week is Tears of a Clown.
Oh, yeah.
Congratulate. Do we have a clap? Maybe
That's a good
maybe
gamer
higher
tag.
cheer.
I'll give him an Old Spice whistle.
Oh yes, there you go.
a good
Tears
gamer
of a
tag.
Clown coming in with a true achievement score of 5,155. That is huge, everybody. So congratulations. In second is Chin Doctor, and in third is Vinnie Mac. Congratulations again. TrueAchievements.com.
.com.
And then search for the X1 Bros leaderboard. You can compare
Yes.
yourself. Now comparing the 3 of us. For
Oh,
the
dude, I
month,
bet I'm smashing.
for the
you.
month of
I'm
May
getting
so
wasted.
far.
I'm getting hurt.
Comcasting you guys.
Mr. McSpicy has 13 achievements unlocked.
Oh,
Jordan
I
has
can't
9.
even believe I have 13.
Jordan
I have
has 9. I have 14.
Whoa!
Wow.
I took second.
Wow,
as far
You
as
actually
dirty.
took third because both your gamer score And the True Achievement score is lower
You
than Jordan's
only got
9.
fives.
You only got 5 achieved. The 5.
You only got the fivers.
Jordan's in second,
We call those fivers.
and I'm in first. And the reason that I'm
What?
in,
Yeah. Which ones are you getting?
the reason I'm in first is because of these two bad boys right here.
Yeah,
I
no.
played The Hunter,
That's right, you-
Call of the Wild this week. I was like, you know what I feel like doing? Killing things. It was Sunday. Actually.
It was one of those days, huh?
Sunday. It was a relaxing. It was a relaxing stay-at-home, the day of rest.
Yeah.
It was
And
really.
I wanted to kill some animals.
It was really random. I got a text message saying you should play these hunting games.
Dude, it's
I'm
so
like, what?
fun.
So
Anyways, I'm having a blast with that game. You just
Does it come with a gun?
Yeah, you bolt action rifle comes with a cell phone with GPS on it.
No, I meant like one of those like the arcade guns.
Oh,
you
no.
know that would be cool.
No, it doesn't
like
come
the
with
Wii mote crossbow.
Yeah,
thing
no.
yeah.
No, it just uses the joystick really well. But you crouch around. I've got urine spray that I can spray to attract animals. Dude, I was tracking.
Spray on
I was
yourself.
tracking some coyotes. Then you
a
can
good musk.
Then you can cash in your pelts and you can upgrade your guns and your bullets and you can choose
And your
soft tip,
urine?
hard tips. So depending on the damage, whether or not you're going to get bears. The worlds are huge.
Who collects the urine? Like, is that a job?
Some lady. I don't know what to do.
The zoo.
I didn't think you'd
I think-
ever say that in a sentence ever. Who collects the urine?
Well, I don't know. I don't know if it's actual urine or
Or
if
is
it's
it
just
like-
a synthetic thing that.
No,
detects
see
them. I
that
don't know.
that raises.
I don't
more
know. I'm not.
questions.
This is my experience hunting,
Yeah.
virtual hunting, and let me tell you, I'm pretty good at it. I got
Who
some.
collects the virtual urine?
Hey, I have to tell you though, guys. In all seriousness, it sounds like it might not be fun or might not be your cup of tea.
Well, I remember
It's
the old.
so freaking awesome. You've got to check it out.
I played one of the old Cabela games.
Oh yeah,
they're fun.
Yeah. Oh yeah,
they're a good time.
Yeah, super fun. Then I jumped into Laser League.
Oh yeah, see that one.
That game's fun. You got to do the tutorial because I was like, what is going on here? Did the
I
tutorial.
downloaded
Yeah,
it.
when
ready to
people when I
play.
watch people play, I don't know what's going on. But
So
it
we
looks-
could
it
do
looks
3
like,
players. It'd be
It looks
really
like
fun.
Tron, and I love every second of it.
Yeah, so each player that you have, so basically there's these lasers, there's these points that come across the map, and if you hit them, your laser goes out in like a certain direction. Some of them will spin, some will just be a straight line, some will be like an L, and as it goes across, if the other team hits that laser, they die. Last team standing wins. That's it. It's like a bird's eye view of an arena. You have different abilities, each of your characters, like there's specialized classes, and each of those classes. So I like using the ghost character.
Yeah.
The ghost character temporarily can go through the opponent's lasers. So I'll like go through, hit a laser. It's so fun. It's a lot of fun. I really like Laser League, guys.
It sounds like a good time. It looks fun when I watch.
Yeah,
people
a lot of
play.
fun. I'll tell you where it's fun is with your friends. Is that is where that game's going to shine. Absolutely, super fun. And with that, let's get this show on the road.
I'm not ready. I don't even know where my. Oh, is this it? There it is. Sorry, all my buttons are jumbled.
Tell us what is happening in the world that
Give
is
me more
Xbox One
warning.
this week.
There.
You make
That
me
was
look,
out of nowhere.
You
Sorry.
make me look so unprofessional.
Actually,
Actually, I
And you're
kinda-
wearing a nice shirt.
you
I-
are wearing a nice shirt today.
I kind of make myself look unprofessional too. But what, Jordan? What's?
Well, that was out of
So
nowhere.
Okay, thank you.
there's a lot of good news this week.
Oh, there is. That there
I had
is.
to count them on 2 hands this week.
Ah, yes.
So, first thing, one of my favorite news stories of the week, Battlefield 5 was officially announced, and on May 23rd, they will reveal the goodness. Now, there's a lot of rumors floating around. Let me tell you about these rumors. Right now, it's labeled Battlefield V, which is the Roman numeral for 5, right? Now, everybody has there's all these different theories flying around. The most common one is a lot of people think they because it's a double meaning, right? V means 5, but they also think it's maybe Vietnam, right? So they're gonna
Or Roman numeral for Rome.
That's what I was thinking. I was like, dude, can you imagine if they just went Roman centurions? And that's why they used the Roman. I don't know how you would do it in a battle, but
your vehicles would be like elephant with war tusks on them and like catapults.
and you just judo and. So I just watched.
I hope they
Gladiator.
go Rome.
I've been watching Gladiator.
I think
so
going
I'm
back
all
in-
into Rome
That's
right
awesome.
now.
I think
Yeah.
going back in time is cooler, honestly.
But a lot of people, from what I kind of read online, following the rumor zone and stuff
Sure.
like that, not very many people want World War II.
no, I don't
a
want
lot
World
of
War II.
people, and I guess you're right. A lot of people feel like
It's
World
been
War
done.
II has been done
been
a
done.
lot. Maybe we need that break. Going back to World War I was fun because it is a little bit different dynamic than
Yeah.
World War
Now
II.
we've talked
right?
about this before.
A lot of people also don't want futuristic. From
don't-
what it sounds like, a lot of people want to kind of go back Battlefield 4 and be a little bit more modern take.
Oh, really?
Yeah.
See,
So, if you land in Vietnam, I think that might be a happy medium. You're not. I mean, it's more modern, but it is kind of a little bit.
It's got good music.
It does.
That would be
Excellent
great.
music.
And Battlefield will use that music to its full potential.
That's what they. That's
you
what
go
they
back
created. The Frostbite.
if you go back modern, I want it to be a bad company.
But see, and everybody. See, the other thing is we know it's going to be a core title because of the 5.
Okay.
So they don't think it's. No one thinks
never
it's
mind.
going to go. They did say Battlefield VAD Company 3.
Vlad?
Vlad.
Maybe
Company.
Vlad.
Company there. Yeah. So there was also Battlefield Varian War.
Ooh.
Like Korean War, but Varian War. Yeah.
Valkyrie.
Yeah, you're stretching now.
Yeah,
That's kind of
everybody was basically going through each war with a V in the front.
I
But
bet you this is just a mistake. I think
They accidentally
that picture-
posted it, and they're
it's
like-
probably like it kind of looks like a
the printer
comment
ran out of
bubble.
ink.
Like,
right
that's
after
actually it was supposed to be like a bubble where someone's talking. Right?
yeah, the printer ran out of ink. Or
Yeah,
something.
it's probably just a straight up.
So
mistake.
anyway, they came out on their website. 10 things you want to know. We'll just go through a new of them. So one thing you need to know is it's going to be a whole new Battlefield, so a full game. Another thing is a new setting. They said it's going to be a new setting.
It's on the moon.
So there, Battlefield 1 gave players the definitive World War I experience and brought the dawn of all-out war to life. But the next Battlefield happens on another front line. The live reveal will give players a first look at DICE's immersive portrayal of the new setting. And that is true. DICE does do an excellent job with the setting and the world, the maps, and what they create. So very cool. Unseen multiplayer moments, unmatched sights and sound, gameplay trait and changes, and then obviously a bunch of answers. But anyway, very cool. May 23rd is when we find out, which is next week. I think that's next Tuesday.
Yeah.
Oh, it's next Wednesday.
My only complaint about Battlefield.
Is it
Okay.
too awesome?
No, here's my only
Dial
complaint.
down that awesome a little bit.
It's in here. They say the comedian host Daily Grammar Trevor Noah is going to come and show it off and
Oh,
stuff.
yeah.
Their reveals are always like too. It kind of makes it hokey a little bit. Like Battlefield 1, remember? Super awesome to learn about the information, but then they were interviewing like Zac Efron on the carpet.
The
and
reveals are a laugh track.
Jamie Foxx.
Yeah, they're
and
like,
it
we're
was
going to get all
like,
these celebrities
it
to
was
play.
like, I just want to see gamers play.
Yeah.
Like,
Yeah.
Yeah, the reveals are a laugh track. If the jokes are funny enough, people will laugh.
yeah.
You get what I'm saying?
Yeah.
Are you?
Yeah, I get it.
Yeah, because it's too much. Like seriously, remember when they played on the skyscraper?
Oh, no, I don't remember that.
Oh, yeah. I think that was like Hardline or something.
Yeah, it was like they got everybody and played on a skyscraper, and I'm like, I kind of just want to see.
I just want to see the content, right?
like, should check it out. We're playing on a
Like,
skyscraper.
if you
And they're
had-
like, whoa, we're on a skyscraper! Woo!
Yeah, like
And then,
just
didn't
show
show
me
anything.
Show me the features, and I mean, it's really cool. Like they really want to have a big production and make it really cool, and I think I appreciate the effort. But
Not me.
But it never pans out
No,
well.
just show me the.
Like Battlefield
Show me the
1,
damn game.
like remember Battlefield 1? It was like a red carpet event, and you had all these people, and some of the celebrities were like, "Hey, where's my check?"
So Major Nelson,
here to pick up my
Major,
check.
Major Nelson was good because he's
Major
a
Nelson
gamer.
was good.
And actually,
Terry Crews
was really good
Terry
too.
Crews was way into
He was
it.
hilarious. He's like, no, I used the keyboard. He like someone went to hand him a controller. He said, no, I used the keyboard.
It's the keyboard, man. Snoop Dogg was pretty serious.
Yeah,
I felt like
he was legit.
But then, Jamie
he
Foxx
took it
wasn't really there
serious.
to play the game. I
Like-
don't think. Zac Efron
Snoop Dogg
seemed
intimidated
okay,
me.
but not.
See,
also not there to play
This
the
is
game.
all fluff.
Yeah,
I
it's
don't
fluff. That's
I don't-
exactly what
I
it
don't
is.
care about. I honestly don't care.
I mean, it's fun if that's what you like, but like you
I'd be
said, I
fun-
just want to see.
I
the
mean, it would
the
be
game.
cool if Terry Crews was with me playing. You know, I just want to see the game. I just don't care about all that fluff.
So, but anyway,
You
Battlefield
don't
1.
remember the skyscraper?
No, I don't
Yeah,
remember
that
the
was like at
skyscraper one.
They were
E3.
like, we're on the tallest skyscraper of the world. Let's play some Battlefield. And it was just showing them playing, not showing the game.
Yeah, on a
Bugged
skyscraper.
me.
Yeah.
Yeah,
Diesel
so-
72 says maybe they're trying to attract non-gamers. I could see that you're trying to get hype for the
Yeah.
show is ultimately what they're trying to do.
So yes, Battlefield 1 next week, May 23rd, or Battlefield 1, sorry, Battlefield 5, the next
V.
one. being-
I don't think I'm hard to please. Right?
So something cool.
I just, yeah.
Dude, if they got
I
the
just wanna see
same,
the game.
whoever did their trailers for Battlefield 1 just needs to do their trailers for this one.
Dude.
And they're golden.
Well, they nail their trailers.
Yeah.
Let's be honest, always.
They do good music. So,
So
anyway,
okay, wait. Before we move on from this, I want to as one final before the reveal happens because this will be next week.
Uh-huh.
Future, where do you think this lands? I think they go past. I really do. I think that you just go back. You went World War I. I think you go back one more notch and you could do obscure. Maybe it's a European war
See,
somewhere.
but
maybe
like I think it would be awesome. Like the V really stands for Roman numeral, so it's gonna be like a
Oh,
Battlefield.
going back to Rome would be cool.
But I think once you start losing guns, then it's not quite a
Yeah, then
Battlefield.
it's a
You know what I mean?
For
So
Honor.
that's
Okay,
why
so
I
you
don't.
gotta keep
Yeah,
guns
I
in
don't. Yeah, so that's why I was like, that'd be
You
fun
can
if it
just
was
change history. Who cares? As long as it's fun, I don't care.
Yeah.
yeah, maybe they go future aliens.
I
on another
think
planet.
I think they're gonna
Past,
go
future.
like I think
Like
they're gonna
Predator. It's like ancient times, but Predator was here, right?
Past future.
The past future.
Yeah.
But
Where do you think they're going?
I think they'll be
Just
I think
present
it'll
day?
be.
Present
I
day?
don't know if it'll be present day, but I think it'll be more modern, like Vietnam to now time period. You know what I mean?
Have they ever done the Korean War? You could do
No.
Korean War. I don't know if that's interesting though. What like World War
I don't know.
One? What got World War
I
One?
watched MASH. MASH is pretty cool.
Well, what got Battlefield 1 was World War 1 super interesting.
Oh, yeah.
I mean, and their campaign was really interesting.
War stories are coming back.
Yeah.
So
It'll be cool to see. Mixed Spicy, any thoughts where it goes, where you want
It's
it to go?
probably Vietnam. I think that's a cool war to do.
well, and you
Yeah,
have the
Vietnam is
open.
supposed to do it
You
right
got a
as
lot
well.
of. Well, you got to think like environment wise. You got a lot of jungle feel. You know what I mean? They can do good.
Yeah.
I think yeah, they have. I think they're a company that tries to stay true to history, right? So I think they're not going to change anything like adding Predator or something in
Yeah.
to the Egyptians or
Yeah,
whatever.
yeah.
So they're running out of wars.
No
Let's be
Starship
honest.
Troopers.
They are kind of running out. So
Yeah. But and that's why they might do present day.
Just kind of make up
I
their
mean,
own war.
Black Ops had their reveal in their present day.
Well, their present future.
Present future. I mean, yeah, whatever.
present, future, past.
Right
Yeah,
about now.
so-
They're right
Anyway.
about now.
Divinity Original Sin just announced.
But
Oh,
that's-
by the way, Inside Xbox was this week. and
Yes.
a lot of good stuff. So go watch that. But Divinity Original Sin 2 on the game preview program.
Good stuff.
It is a full price game.
It's enhanced.
It's not enhanced yet.
Well, they're
working
working
on
on
the
enhancing it.
enhancements. Yeah.
Yes.
It's set to release in August, so there is a firm date for it to come. It's already released on PC. It's on the preview program. Now, I was reading the reviews on the preview program, and I don't know if this is true or not, but one review said that you can only play Act 1 or something like that. Now, given I don't know how on...
You should
if,
play
if
it.
Act 1 is like 30 hours...
Well,
then,
with a game like this, though, you could play and do just every possible scenario and answer that you could do
And,
with every character.
The one thing that is awesome about this, so obviously when they put games in game preview or alpha or anything like that, the developer does it because they want people to play, they want to test, and they also want feedback.
Yeah.
Now, on the computer, it's really easy to get feedback because usually in the main menu they have like a section where you can click and say, "Hey, this part sucks. This part's great." Enter, and it sends it to them, and you're good to go. On the console, they were thinking of a way. They're like, "Well, we don't want people to like hit enter on feedback and then have to type on their gamepad because not everybody has the controller. Not everybody wants to pull out their phone. So they're thinking of a way to like try and get feedback from consoles without having
this
them
is a
leave
really
the game.
cool feature.
And what's funny is he said like it started out as a joke. But then
It's
actually,
a character in game.
Yeah, it's
that
called
keeps bothering
It's called
you.
Feedback Billy.
Yeah, and he comes and
He's
asks
an
you a
actual
question,
NPC,
and
and
you
what
have
he'll
to-
do is that at random
that's so
at random
cool.
intervals he'll ask you random questions, and you say, "Oh, yes, no," and I think.
But
they
if you
might
don't
give
like
one-
him, you can kill him.
yeah, and if you don't want to get feedback, you can just kill him.
and he'll never ask you again.
No, he'll come back as an undead.
Oh, I didn't know
Yeah,
that.
yeah, he'll actually come back as an undead.
My mind is blown.
That's pretty cool.
So it was just funny the way he explained it. He was like, "It actually started out as a joke, but then we were like, why not?"
I think it's a cool way to
Yeah.
ask for feedback.
Yeah, so especially on the console, which is really fun.
Those
so,
guys.
So very
Those
cool.
hucksters.
Be sure to check it out. It looks awesome. This next game is the one I want to get Mark back into because of there's a few things, and you're gonna say no, but just
I actually
be,
110% agree with Jordan
be
on this.
open-minded.
110%.
Don't be open-minded and let me explain.
And
all the
remember,
way
I'm
through.
backing him 110%.
I will say, Mark, I'm done, and then you can give your opinion.
Don't listen to the whole thing
Okay.
before speaking. Can I intro this?
Intro this.
Call of Duty Black Ops.
4. Wait till I say the words.
Dude.
Okay.
Wait, hey.
You wait. Okay.
Do we need to mute you?
Do we need to be?
I got that control.
Okay.
I have the
No,
control.
let me explain. So Call of Duty Black Ops 4 had their big announcement. Now, I say this every year. Every time a new Call of Duty is announced, I'm always like, I kind of want to get into it because of this, and this. This one's pulling me a little bit more because of certain reasons. Now.
Can I tell you my reason
Sure.
before you go?
Yeah, go ahead.
Okay. A couple things that I like. That gunplay looks on point.
Yeah.
I mean, back to being the best gunplay that there is.
They're
at least
really good at it,
Just
yeah.
from the trailers. Number 2, they basically looks like Call of Duty said, hey, Rainbow Six is doing things right. Let's go with Rainbow Six. And they've upped their specialists with everything. Very, very cool. And number 3, I think they're going to dominate in Battle Royale. With that gunplay and the way they're doing it, Call of Duty Black Ops Battle Royale, mind blown. It looks really good.
The reason I'm excited is it does have that familiar Call of Duty play, right? I mean, you're going to look at it and it's going to feel and look like a Call of Duty game. But like David said, they have the specialists, which I've never played a Black Ops game at all. I know you've played, I think you said
They're really
2
good.
was the best or
1
something
and 2.
like 1 and 2.
Yeah,
You
I
said
like
2 was like the pinnacle of everything.
I like
yeah.
2, yeah.
So
I
know-
liked 1 as well.
Yeah.
The other one, yeah.
So there is specialist, and So they have 3 different trailers, and I'll explain. We'll go through each trailer. So the first trailer was the competitive multiplayer.
Oh
trailer.
my goodness, it looks
And
really good.
what impressed me is it looks like they're really focusing on team play. There was a lot of intricate things that they
That
did,
we're doing
and you
together.
can
And it's
tell
because
that
of
they're
special-
showing off.
it's because of
that
specialists.
2 players were doing, or even 3 players were actually doing together to get another kill, and they really didn't focus too much on deathmatch. I feel like they focused a lot more on stronghold stuff like that.
But
So,
that
and then-
gunplay looked on point.
yeah, and the specialist with the shields and stuff looked really good. It was still really fast paced, twitchy shooter. You know what I mean? It still had that feel, right? But it seemed a lot tighter.
It looked tight and smooth.
The second trailer was zombies.
Zombies just looks like
Sky's the limit.
Zombies
They're
seems
going
like-
to Rome in the
so-
Colosseum this time.
Yeah,
I mean, I
well,
don't know what they're doing, but
they're
it's
taking out story mode, like
Yeah,
no
and that's-
campaign.
that's
It
the
seems
big
like
thing.
zombies is kind of the
Yeah.
new story mode.
So story mode.
Zombies is the story.
What? I
Like,
don't,
there's all these
who knows
cutscenes
what they're
around
doing.
the video,
Like, it's-
and I'm like, what's going on?
I
here?
think they started in like Persia, and then they went to like ancient Egypt. Like there was a lot of crazy stuff. And then of course they teased a battle royale mode, which we'll talk about later.
They didn't show any
But
footage of battle royale.
what I'm really interested in is they're axing the single player campaign. Right now, everybody's gonna have their own opinions on that, whether they're good or bad. I mean,
Yeah.
that's all up to you whether you like the campaigns or not. I don't want to get into that. What I'm interested in is they're making all these changes to multiplayer. It does look more tactical with that twitchy feel. I'm excited because all that time and effort put into the campaign is now coming over to multiplayer. So I feel like if they're going strictly multiplayer, what can this team deliver? You know what I mean? And that's kind of what gets me a little bit more excited. And then the Battle Royale looks fun. Now, there was no number. Everybody expects 100 players, but, Call of Duty's still based off the old Quake engine. It's obviously heavily modified.
Yeah.
Like you can't even tell, but it's based off that. So they're wondering like, is it maybe only going to be like 40 to 50 people? No one knows, right? They didn't give much details, but they did show. They did say there's going to be land, air, and sea vehicles in Battle Royale, which is a Call of Duty first.
Yeah, it is.
So,
Wow.
Well,
also, they had.
like
War.
fully controllable.
Well, you have you will be able to play all previous characters in any
Call
the
of Duty series, in Black Ops series that they said. So those will be your
it's only
skins,
Black
like
Ops.
all the different characters,
including zombies.
including zombies. Yeah. Now, what I think, because Activision owns Call of Duty and Activision's the publisher, I think they can go further. And as they release like skin packs and loot boxes and stuff or whatever for your Battle Royale mode, you can get soap and price from Modern Warfare as a skin. You know what I mean? Yeah, I mean, sky's the limit with that. But anyway,
I think also this is huge, and it shows that they're really taking multiplayer, like the 100% focus on it. First time ever, it's going to be played through the Blizzard app.
yes. It is,
I'm sure it will. Yeah,
it is
they
already on.
expect-
It's actually already on there for pre-order on the
Yeah.
Blizzard app.
Oh, I
Yeah.
didn't know
So
that was already
and
there.
they actually have a different studio developing from the ground up for the PC. Whether I don't know
What
what
does
that
that mean?
I don't know. Like
Because I mean, okay, I remember. I think it was Modern Warfare
That's what they
3
said.
when they were like, "Yeah, we were running into limitations with the engine, so we built the next one from the ground up." And it was the exact same. Like, there was like no change.
So remember what was the Modern Warfare?
I think the
or
ground,
not Modern Warfare.
I think the ground up means copy paste.
What was the Call of Duty that went futuristic? What was that one?
Advanced Warfare.
Advanced Warfare. So remember on that one where like they showed scenes and it just didn't look like it looked aged. Remember even in the preview? Not this.
Not
This
this
looks
time, yeah.
it
Now
looks
this one-
smooth, it looks tight. You know, I'm not a Call of Duty guy at all, and I was like, "Whoa, I think
Yeah.
I'm going to be playing this."
you don't
Yeah.
have there's no wall running like in Titanfall or I guess in the old Black Ops. I think in Black Ops 3 they had wall running. Which
they had
got rid of.
jetpacks in the future one.
In this one, I think there's like a little grappling hook that you can
Well,
use
okay.
from like the ground.
That's my criticism.
But nothing.
When you go watch, so they had like an hour-long reveal conference, and the guy's on stage, and he's like, "Boots on the ground, no jetpacks, no," because keep boots on the ground and just focus on gameplay, right? And then so they say
Batman
that.
hook.
Well, then they say that, and then they show the grappling hook, and the guy's like flying through there. I'm like, "You just
But he
countered."
was. I think it's just like a speed.
It's straight.
boost,
I don't
'cause
think
it's
you
straight.
can. I don't think you can go up.
use it
I think you
yeah.
can just like it's a
straight.
speed boost basically.
But anyway,
it's Tracer.
they're focusing.
It's the Tracer character.
They're focusing on those 3 modes, and I'm just excited because the competitive mode, like I said, it still feels and looks like a Call of Duty, but it does seem like they're going a little bit more tactical. Like I was watching gameplay, they do not reveal the whole map. Your mini map is all. What do they call it? Fog of War.
Yeah.
And you can see it as your team or you travel somewhere, it lights up, and you can see like the paths and stuff like that. So little changes like that make it feel more tactical and stuff. And now I don't know if they specifically showed this on purpose, but someone called in, I assume, what's a kill streak, right? The helicopter.
Yeah.
And another guy used his specialist shield to defend someone, and then someone used a rocket to blow it down. Were you able to always blow down kill streaks and stuff like
Yeah.
that? Okay,
it
so
depended
that's
on the
just,
kill streak.
Okay,
yes.
but that so
if
that's
it was
still
an
the same.
object in the sky
Yeah,
you could you
okay.
could even, I believe in Modern Warfare 2 could you shoot down UAVs? I think you could.
Yeah. Now they didn't specifically
Because the UAVs, you would look for the little plane in the sky. It would be in the sky.
They didn't specifically show a kill streak. They just showed a helicopter come in, which I assume is from a kill streak. But see, they didn't show anything or talk about kill streaks, did they? Because so I wonder if they're going to be changing that. But they talked about a lot of changes that they're doing. And
yeah, it'd be interesting if you got the kill streaks in the Battle Royale mode. Meaning, like, you would pick it up, you would loot something,
Or maybe-
and you would pick up an
kill streaks
airstrike.
are different. Like the only way to get a loot drop is via kill streaks. You know what I mean, or something like that. Or
Yeah.
Call of Duty, we talked about this, polarized game, just like Destiny. What are the most polarized game? Chet just asked in chat, thank you, Freaky RO, are you excited for Call of Duty Black Ops 4? 50% hell yeah, 50% nope.
So
That is about right. That is about right.
Yeah, that's
so-
interesting.
Anyway, yeah, but to sum it up, they're focusing on these three modes, and I'm just really interested that what are they going to do? They're not, putting all any assets into campaign. So how is all that effort going to carry over? So anyway, it looks interesting. Definitely the most interesting Call of Duty in the past few years.
Yeah, I'm telling you, Mark, we'll watch it after the show here together. I should have sent it over in Slack to you because it would have blown your mind. Like, I think you'll be really. It made me want to play it. I think it looks really
Call of Duty's
solid.
scary to me because it's like a drug, right? And I'm like, what, 3 years clean? I haven't touched one in 3 years. You guys are like my drug dealers. You're gonna just have a taste. You're scaring me.
You might be hooked.
I might be hooked again.
Jordan, next story, I actually thought of.
Oh, this one I thought was actually
McSpicy for this one with your claw problems.
This one is actually really, really cool. I saw this and I just thought this was
It's
really.
not a claw problem. It's a claw benefit.
I saw
I'm
this.
superior. I am superior to everyone else that goes the old classic way where you move your thumb to the buttons.
Yeah.
Well, I thought of this because if the game doesn't offer the claw for you, you now have access to an Xbox adaptive controller.
This was actually I put this in because
This
I
is
What does
cool.
that even mean?
Have you not seen it?
Yeah, this is actually
This is really cool.
This is actually a really
It
cool
looks like
story.
a stereo's boombox.
Yeah, so this is actually a really cool story and thing that Microsoft did. They're coming out with a new controller called the Xbox Adaptive Controller.
Yeah.
What it's initially for is people with limited mobility or
Handicapped.
anybody
That's awesome.
that can't use the traditional controller. They've come up with it. They've worked on it forever from what
You
it
can
sounds
sit
like.
on a disc. It's got tripod.
Yeah, it's got tripod. It's
hooks
got
on it,
all
so you can
sorts
sit
of
on
different mounts, so
tripod,
it can sit on
everything.
desk mounts. But what's really cool
Tons
about
of
it?
connection.
This is so great.
What's really cool about it is there is little millimeter, 3mm jacks on the back, and there's a whole bunch of them for your power button, USBs, D-pad up, down, all this,
Everything.
that you can attach different buttons to. So depending on your what your
Situation,
situation,
you
you
can
can. Yeah, so there was actually one where they went to a hospital, and it's a really, really cool story. You got to watch it. Like, it's super cool.
It'll
They
bring
went
tears.
to it
It'll bring
really
tears.
will. It's super cool, but. There was one where they went to a hospital, and everybody's situation is different. But they showed the Xbox Adaptive Controller, and there was one patient there who I think her favorite game was Overwatch.
Yeah.
And what happened was I don't know what button she plugged in, but she had two extension buttons that she plugged one into. Let's just say the left trigger and then the B button. So those were two buttons that she had positioned where she was able to use them, and then she used the adaptive controller for other buttons, and it allowed her to play
the game
a lot better. It's really
Very
cool.
Wow.
It's you should see.
Really cool. Yeah.
As I'm
really
watching,
cool video.
As I'm watching this, number one, great job, Xbox. I think this is fabulous. I mean,
Excellent
And
idea.
I was sitting here making fun of it like it's a stereo.
No, really cool.
Now I feel like a jerk. But that is one of the coolest
really
things.
cool. But
And
I
that's
would
why
like
it looks like what
I
it
would
looks
like to
like.
get
Yeah.
one to see what you could do to take your game to the next level. In
Yeah.
all honesty, like you could, could you not put this in and just really hone in? Just make everything
Well, they're making it. Yeah, that's custom. You
right
can do whatever
to what you
want.
want.
Well,
yeah, right.
You can't really see it in these pictures, Mark, but you see those etches right there?
Uh-huh.
All those are the different jacks that you can put your external buttons on or anything like that.
There's
So
USB
there's tons of-
And
on
I'm
it,
assuming
everything.
because it's Microsoft, you can plug this into a PC, right? And just probably.
yeah. I
Oh,
would
yeah.
imagine.
You can
Yeah.
map things
I mean, look
out.
at the new controllers you can plug into a PC. Well, this is already mapped for you, so you see, that's the down D-pad.
I mean,
And-
you could go crazy.
well,
with
and
this thing.
it's really cool how they think of these because
Oh, they thought of everything.
One thing they thought of, which is genius, is on the back you can just so for example, you can take your little millimeter jack or whatever you want to call it.
It's grooved.
It's grooved on the back. So all you do is
So you
find the
feel
button and you can put the millimeter jack in the groove and
detail.
just slide
Attention
down
to
and it
detail.
slips right in. Like it's very, very cool.
It's just cool making gaming available to everybody. Well done, Microsoft.
Yeah, I saw a tweet that someone said, good job, Microsoft, bringing games to all people, right?
Yep.
And that's Xbox is the place for all. We welcome
I like
all.
it.
It's very, very cool.
Very cool.
If you haven't seen the video,
I would like to get one though and see
I
what
want
you
one
could
myself
customize
and
with
just
it, though.
just to play with
You
it.
know?
Honestly, I think it looks kind of cool. I just want to sit it on my.
But hence, McSpicy, if a game doesn't offer you your claw option,
this could
create your own somehow.
Yeah. And it shows like the external buttons that you can get and stuff like that. And as far as I know,
I
it just
rarely
needs
run
a little.
into a claw issue. I only had a claw issue this week. Okay.
But very cool. Good for Microsoft doing.
Don't.
Yeah.
Man, your claw issues, man.
Yeah. Good for Microsoft and Xbox doing the adaptive controller. I think it's really cool.
Best.
So.
It's the best controller handheld ever. There's nothing that tops that.
The
So
May
good.
update is now available.
Sorry. Miramar.
We're not to that one yet.
Oh, we're not. My bad. I'm sorry.
You have a question?
Sorry, I actually do have a question before you get to this. So this is the Xbox dashboard update. Before
Yeah.
we get to that, was the claw easier on the Duke controller? Did you ever use it on the
No,
Duke controller?
no, it's
way harder
not-
because you're
way harder.
Was
further
anything
away.
easier
I
on the
don't
Duke
have
controller?
10 fingers on one hand.
I think I want a Duke controller. I want a Duke controller.
They're just really big.
They're expensive. That's what keeps me away from it
they're
right
like
now.
they're like an additional $40
Yeah, they're
on
expensive.
top of your regular expensive controller.
But I do want one.
I think I still have my old one around here somewhere.
We should bust it out and just
It's-
sample it.
I want
scares
the new
you.
one. I want the new one.
It's big.
Yeah, the
It's-
new
it's
one looks
seriously,
cool.
you're holding like a bowling ball.
But no, so was it better because it was too big with the claw? You went claw on the 360. That is what you're saying.
No, I never. I had the.
N64.
I got the Duke because that's what it came with. I think my Xbox. I immediately went and got another controller.
Oh, you went
couldn't
got like a
stand the
Mad
thing.
Catz?
No, they had the.
No, they had the smaller controller. That's
They
how they
had
made
the
money
smaller- they
back
had
then.
both.
Oh, I didn't know that.
Yeah,
I never had it. I just had the Dukes.
I did.
See, and I think that's what I got good with the Duke.
I did get a Spider-Man controller once. It was a
Ooh.
third party. It was actually. It looked really cool, but it sucked.
Remember how big like
As far
third
as-
party hardware was? I like never buy third party hardware anymore, hardly at all. But I remember like in high school and stuff, like, oh, don't get the Nintendo one. Get this Mad Catz one. Look at it, see through it. It lights up when
It's got
you
a
play.
turbo button.
Look,
It's
yeah,
got
it's got this
Press the
turbo button.
turbo button. You'll cheat.
And in reality, they just sucked.
Yeah, they
Most of
actually
them.
were terrible.
And it was usually Mad Catz. No offense, Mad Catz, if you're
They're
still
probably
out
really
there.
good now.
Yeah,
Yeah,
you're probably on point. But when I was a child, you
weren't.
were all that I could afford, and you sucked.
because they were like half the
It
price.
was like
of the
$12
regular-
for a
yeah.
controller. It was like 50.
That's
normally.
when I learned you get what you pay for. In life.
Yeah, that's true.
Especially with technology. So.
That's true. Xbox update.
Yeah, so the May update is out. It's coming available to anybody. This is the one where you can connect with gamers across Xbox Live and Discord, which is really cool. Also, a fun feature. We won't go through it all because there's a lot of cool features. 120 hertz video refresh support now, which is very cool. Trim clips in the snap out guide, which I think is cool.
Yeah.
So you don't actually have to go to the video editor. You can just trim your clips just right from the snap out
That's
guide when
handy.
you record it. So yeah, it's very handy, very cool. But anyway, May update is coming out. Also, improved family settings.
Oh,
Very cool. Very
the family settings I thought were already really good too.
cool. They've improved them.
Oh wow,
Yeah, you thought they were good.
that's
Just
the patch
wait.
notes.
Family
We made
2.0.
things better. just that's it. Period. We
So
made
anyway,
things
so May
better.
update, you probably already have it. If not, it is out and rolling out. So be sure to check it out. Miramar.
Yo,
I'm not talking about Top Gun.
No.
I'm talking about PUBG.
We talked about this a little
you're
bit last
going
week.
to
too.
Miramar.
Yeah.
I love that line.
So the desert map in PUBG, which is Miramar, it was on the test servers last week, but now there's an official release date.
And when is that?
That is, where's it at? It's May 24th. It's right
There
there.
it
I had
is.
it. It's coming May 24th, which is again just next week. We'll have
That's
to jump
exciting.
into PUBG next Thursday to try out the new desert map, which will be a lot of fun.
NBA Playgrounds 2 is delayed. I
Yeah,
enjoyed
I
the
know,
first
yeah.
one. It got a lot of flack. It didn't release with multiplayer. This is something that could really improve. I think it's a great
Do you know why
base
they
game
delayed
to
it?
build upon. No.
I like how they said it. So it's being delayed because they said they got some exciting things brewing for the franchise that they just want to slam in there. So,
Very nice.
so very cool. So it's coming out a little bit later, not coming out
The
May
idea
22nd.
guy came late to the
yeah.
meeting.
Yeah, they just hired him, and he said no.
No. Well, this is what you do. He grabs the marker, starts drawing pictures.
These are always I find funny. Division 2 release window.
was outed.
Is outed before E3. It's coming out sometime this year or next year.
Yeah, is what the rumor is. Big news.
So,
You can tell it's getting close to E3
saying,
when these are your news stories.
They're saying that at a earnings call that Ubisoft had, it's scheduled to come out before April 2019. So
earnings call. What was there? Somebody like in the other room, like with a little listening to the
they
phone
put the
call?
phone up. They put the glass
I
up to the
swear
wall.
they said it's coming out in the near future. Put that down as an
Well,
article.
those ones just crack me up because they make headlines. It's like, oh yeah, it's coming out before 2020, and you're like, that doesn't tell us anything.
Bethesda
But
had some big news this week.
this
Big
is probably
Spicy. Did you see this?
one of the best.
I can't.
Oh, just look at it.
Just look at it. We're playing the trailer right now. Rage 2 announced.
That looks really
Bethesda looks so good. It looks like Borderlands, but in the Rage
Meets
world
Doom.
meets Doom. It looks like open world Doom.
They're playing baseball.
That is
With a
what I
grenade?
think. It looks like open world Doom
Grenade
with
baseball.
co-op, and I appreciate
Is it
that.
That's
co-op?
sexy
Is it gonna be
looking.
co-op?
The first one was co-op.
Oh, was it?
Yeah, it was.
Well, the one that they made on Xbox 360 was that one co-op?
Yeah.
Are you sure?
Yes, it was split screen co-op. I'm pretty sure. I'm pretty positive.
Oh, that's fun. He was playing the little spinny game with a gun.
That's fun. Looks like Blood Bowls in here as well. No, it looks really good.
Drug Soldier.
Rage 2. They teased it all week. What they did was they did
Several pictures.
several pictures. You saw those.
Purple.
Which I
stuff,
like their
yeah.
colors, by the way.
Yeah,
Yeah.
purple and white and stuff.
Maybe we should move to purple.
You're wearing a purple shirt.
Hey. We did move to purple.
Yeah.
We are purple.
I didn't
No,
get the memo.
I really like our green. Our
Okay,
green's
green is
pretty
cool
good.
too.
Yeah.
Green is cool
Yeah,
too.
yeah.
I like our green.
Anyways, Rage 2, really excited. Now,
Very
I
cool.
do have
And
some questions.
Bethesda, it's coming out this year. They know how to do. They don't give us a release window.
Yeah, another one that got talked about on Inside Xbox was No Man's Sky.
Oh, I forgot all about that.
I kind of feel bad for the developer.
Oh, okay, yeah.
So
okay.
here's
so
why.
I want to like
The head developer-
I want to apologize to him because like he explained it well. He made the comment. He says, "Look, I feel like we're good at making games. We're just not good at talking about games."
He looks
and he
like-
was a little socially awkward. You know what
Well,
I mean?
he
But
looks like he's been beat up.
yeah, yeah.
And he has
was.
been beat
Yeah,
up.
yeah,
And
he
he
was.
was. And you could see
So-
he's very gun shy. Today, I believe, Xbox News, he wrote a blurb on Xbox News. And in it, he was like, I don't really like doing interviews or
Yeah,
talking
yeah.
to people. And it's just like, oh, I kind of feel bad
Yeah.
for you, dude.
But what was fun is
Oh,
you can
man.
kind of see his excitement when he talked about the features, and that kind of made you excited.
it
you know
seems
what I
like
mean?
the game is finally going to be where they wanted it
Yeah.
to be originally. Like multiplayer is coming, which they kind of promised in the first one, and then it never came to fruition.
Yeah, at
Ta-da!
full on multiplayer. Like
Full-on
you will
multiplayer,
see your
here it
friends in the
is.
world. You'll build stuff together. I'm actually going to get this game. for
Yeah,
the
I really
Xbox.
want to play it.
Because what had happened is I mean I was there for the initial launch of everything, right? And then all that stuff happened. I haven't played or I haven't seen it. I honestly
Yeah.
I've never played it.
Never played it.
But he went through each update that they've done in the past couple years. I think there was 3 of them, plus the 4th one that's going to be called Next, which introduces all the multiplayer
Because the full
components.
multiplayer, yeah.
But all the updates that he mentioned were really cool, and I was like, wow, that's actually really fun. And then he mentioned the multiplayer one where you can fly around with your friends, dogfight, create stuff together, build stuff together, go on. There's an update that kind of introduced quests, so now going on quests with your friends and stuff like that. So it looks really cool. I'm actually, after watching that guy, and he was, you know, a little, you could tell he was like,
Well, I felt
you're
he
like,
had this look on his face.
yeah, and you're
that
like,
looked like he just got out of war.
yeah,
Like he was timid. Like loud noises would frighten him, like a deer. You know? And he just seems like a nice guy that loves the game he's creating.
yeah, and wants other people to love it too,
And I really want to play it, not because of that. It looks interesting to me.
Well,
If they can
yeah,
make
like-
it what it was promised.
well, and when he
And it
said
sounds
all,
like it's close to it.
when he said all the updates, when he went through each individual update, they all sound super fun. Base building, questing,
Yeah.
dogfights, stuff like that.
Dogfights.
And then now the whole full multiplayer suite that's coming with the No Man's Sky that we're gonna get. I'm gonna buy this game. I said it here and now. It's gonna happen. I'm excited to try it. And I hope it's fun. I really like the developer interview. Now that you know,
now that I like him.
I've like him. Yeah, I've
you
never
you-
seen his interview
like
Now
I,
that you
before. you
like
know?
like
him.
I
Yeah.
just wanted to give him a hug.
Yeah, because like I mean, the internet can be brutal sometimes.
He was like in
And
a
I-
Sometimes.
Like you know, have you ever been to the pound?
No.
Like the dog catcher, you know, you go to a pound. When
I-
you go to a pound,
That scares me. That's
there
sad.
there are these animals that they've been abandoned and they give you a
the
look.
Yeah, the look.
And
yeah.
you're like, I just want to take
I
care
have
of
seen
you.
that Sarah McLachlan video.
That's
Yeah.
okay. Picture the Sarah McLachlan video.
In the
Yes, with
it's
that
just like,
plane.
oh man!
But instead of puppies,
I want to watch Seinfeld.
injured dogs in between, just picture him, the No Man's Sky guy,
We gotta create that. I'm sure it's probably made
because that's how I felt.
for a quarter a day.
So,
But I'm really excited
But
for
honestly,
it.
after listening to that interview, like it kind of really, because like I said, I've never played the game. I just heard all this stuff on the internet. It kind of like gave you faith. Like, hey, they're really trying hard
I
to
agree.
bring a good experience to
I
us.
agree.
They're working hard. You can tell, And
Well,
I like the developer, the owner of the company.
I was
and
thinking about
I think
it,
it's gonna be
and
fun.
I think what would hurt me if I was this guy, or what really probably gets to you, is because I remember we don't have a PlayStation, so we never experienced this, but I remember the anger that was out there was you just ripped us off. Didn't they give refunds for No
Steam
Man's
did,
Sky?
yeah.
Steam did.
Steam did, yeah.
And
Honestly,
you can tell when talking to him that he really, he clearly wasn't. It wasn't a money grab. He's still supporting the game. They're
Yeah.
still supporting it. They're bringing it to Xbox.
It seemed like a money grab.
It
the
seemed
first
like
2
money
months,
grab at a
because
time.
they didn't say anything for a couple months.
Well, that was he came out and talked about that, and he said, look, I feel like we're a good team that's good at making games. We're just not good at talking about games. And he did talk about how he's like, we do get quiet and we don't talk, but honestly, like he kind of basically said, he's like, I'd rather work hard on this game and then release it instead of telling you guys all this stuff that's coming, and you know what I mean.
And it kind of was a nice like little reality check. Like, we sit back and it's easy to criticize and say this and stuff sucks, but people have put their lives into games. We're destroying them when we do that to them, Yeah,
like, after I watched that, I did look at the most recent Steam reviews, and a lot of the later DLCs have had positive updates.
Good.
So everybody's like, it's kind of on its upturn. What I think hurts is the initial, like, the mass public are.
Well, it
are
was
still
so
kind of-
hyped up.
Yeah, I think the initial
hype probably got bigger. I mean, it was way overhyped for sure.
Yeah, things were promised that weren't even in the code. That was a big deal.
Yeah, I remember it was quite.
Maybe
quite
they
the
planned
event.
to do it later. I don't know.
But it did make me realize when you don't like a game, maybe people aren't trying to rip you off.
constructive criticism.
Constructive criticism, positive gaming. Positive is just constructive. Being constructive.
Basically, don't be a douche.
Don't be a douche.
Yeah, be nice.
Yeah.
Be nice.
Just be nice.
Just do it.
That's a
Just
good
be nice,
movie.
people. Halo Master Chief Collection. It's going to be our community play.
So there's actually
on May
a lot
26th,
of, there's a lot
but
of
there's
fun
some news on Master
Halo
Chief
news.
Collection.
You guys need to block out your schedules when we're down in Los Angeles or wherever, because we need to go to Dave and Buster's.
Yeah, we're going there.
We're going to Dave and
They're building
Buster's
Dave and Buster's
because
here, by the way.
they have created a. I'm just going to say it. It's a
It's an
11 by 11 by 11 feet
Cabinet.
4K Halo.
2 huge screens.
Four seats arcade game with
Shooter.
actual
Remember
guns.
the shooters?
Yeah,
like
where you pick up the gun,
Area
yeah.
51? But with Halo.
Halo.
It looks so cool. It's called Halo Fireteam Arcade.
Fireteam Raven.
I tweeted out today
Yeah.
when I become a
It's called
billionaire. This is the first thing I'm putting in my house.
Yeah. Fire team.
Looks
He goes,
awesome.
The guy was like, "Yeah, dude, it's 11 by 11 by 11 feet. It's a monster, and it's 2 big old 4K screens, 4 comfy seats for you to sit in and grab your weapon, like you're on a warthog, and you're just
awesome.
4-player club. Yeah,
I hope it vibrates.
yeah.
That's what I want to hope for. I hope
Like
for that,
projectile feedback on my gun. Boom, 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 you know?
So recent reviews on No Man's Sky have been mixed, which are the last 30 days. In the last 30 days,
So
they've
this
been
is
more.
on Steam?
They've been more positive.
Oh,
which
very
so
good.
I'm glad it's kind of going up because I'm excited for it.
Yeah,
But anyway.
I agree. Freaky RO says I'd be surprised if they didn't have that somewhere.
Dude, they
at
gotta
E3.
have it. Larry Herb was.
We're gonna find it.
Larry Herb was talking about, do I got to put my quarter on the screen? They're saying, yeah, you gotta put your quarter up on there and hold your game spot. It's
Hold
gonna be
your game.
great. Yeah.
So
Hold
let me
your
ask you
place in
this.
line
With this got me thinking. When I watched this, I thought, is there a place for arcades? Because when I saw that, I was like,
Dude.
I've got to go play that. Where is this
Let me tell
thing?
you something. In Japan,
I think there's a place for arcades.
It's
I would
called-
like to see
it's called Japan.
more like this. Like, I want to see. So we have our console developers, we have our PC developers, you have our handheld developers, mobile developers. I want to see arcade developers make a huge comeback because this thing looks like an experience. Halo Fireteam,
Japan.
Japan.
They're
all about their arcades, huh?
man. Like
let's go to
modern
Japan.
day. They
Should we
so
move to
imagine
Japan?
that. Imagine that machine, like a modern day arcade game, but millions of them everywhere, all different styles of games. Japan.
Okay.
They know how to do it.
Speaking of, it's going to be exclusively at Dave & Buster's.
Well, for the first little while,
Oh,
and then I
okay.
think it's gonna branch
They
out.
have exclusive deals already.
Yeah.
Well, isn't Dave and Buster's like the only place I would have it?
I mean,
in America,
in-
probably.
Yeah.
Unless
Maybe
they're
Chuck E.
like
Cheese.
Nickelcade. The nickel cage.
Cade's gonna have this. Are you kidding me?
Gotta put an 8 or whatever.
Let's see. What do I play?
Gotta put a bag of nickels on it.
Pac-Man or that badass game?
Here's a lie. Here's like a lie.
You're next to like Pac-Man and then just
Yeah.
Chuck E. Cheese. Freaky RO says Chuck E. Cheese could have it.
Yeah.
I haven't
So
been to
anyway,
Chuck E- I haven't been to
let me
Chuck E.
see if I
Cheese
can show you the picture,
forever.
Mark. It looks awesome. In addition to that, I mean, it's coming out later this year. I hope they have it at E3. I'm bringing a bag of quarters
bring
just
it
to play
back.
that. But
We're gonna need it's gonna be like a $5. We're past the days of quarter games, aren't we?
hey, Larry Herb
Oh, it'll be
asked,
$1. It'll be
It'll
$1.
probably be
I bet you
$1,
it'll be
yeah.
$1.
Yeah.
put dollar bills on the thing.
Dollar bills.
So it's Halo
Dollar,
Fireteam
dollar.
Raven. Look it up. It's a really cool arcade machine.
No, but-
and then
Sorry, hold on. Let's just not brush
Okay.
past this.
I
I
don't
really
know,
want to
okay.
know.
Yeah.
Should arcades come back?
yes,
I think there's a place for them. When I saw this, I got excited like I've not been excited in a long time.
Yeah. I think they'll come back. I mean, everything does. I mean,
Yeah.
even bell bottoms came back.
I think we're going. I think this is what I think the rotation will be. Arcades come back, then roller rinks.
Have roller rinks ever left? I mean, I don't know what you do on the weekends.
Sometimes you just gotta roll it out. In the show,
Goldberg.
yes, Barry.
Barry has his
Barry.
own little. That's
But
where
just gotta
that's his-
roll it out.
That's where he's like really famous.
So that's a picture from the inside of it, and those are the two of the seats that
That
you'll
is
sit
so awesome.
in. Yeah, 4 guns.
Four
and then
guns
see
right there.
two. They said 4K. Oh, they're like 2 big old 4K screens.
Would you buy that in your house?
Oh, let me show you the
For
outside
your
of
house?
it.
Heck yes, I would.
Yeah.
That and a pool table is all I need.
There you go. That's the outside of it. You're like in. You go in
Halo
and sit in
Fireteam Raven.
Yeah, is what it's called.
Yeah, I'm down. I'd get that. Yeah, for sure.
Totally down.
I mean,
Totally
you wouldn't
tubular
fight
down.
me putting that in my house. Like, yeah, sure. Put it down over there. I would probably fit it in this room, right? Fit it in this
It's
room
11
somehow.
by 11 by 11.
Oof.
That would just fit in this room. Because this is
I think
14
I'm pretty sure that's what they said. Didn't that? Isn't that what they said on
This
the?
is-
I
12
don't think
feet.
it's. I don't think it's the full size of a room. No.
This is, I think, like a 12 by 14
No,
room.
I think it was 11 feet long and 11 feet tall. I don't think it was.
okay.
Like depth, like a room.
I hope.
Okay,
was my
then we're putting it
understanding.
right there.
Yeah, right up against that wall. Boom. I'm there.
Also in Halo
I
news,
wonder how much that costs.
Oh, it's got to
there,
be.
like-
I bet
Is
you.
it on Amazon? I'm gonna.
I
check
bet
it
you
out.
because you got to think they're probably using 2 super awesome screens, and then they probably got high quality seats. You got I'm thinking 20,000, 20K
they
for
probably
one
have
game.
that HD Rumble in there.
That game better have DLC.
There's no price on this.
It's got to be 20.
You probably have to have an arcade license.
Yeah, you probably have to have a Dave and Buster's license.
Yeah, can't I just go to like Walmart or something to buy one?
They just have it. It's like when you walk into Costco, they have that car that you can win. They have like just the arcade.
You can just sign up for it.
I
So-
need a bigger cart.
So, in other Halo news, the Master Chief Collection got a little bit of news today. Still no official word on Halo 6 at the Inside Xbox
None.
that they had, but they talked about Master Chief Collection
That's
and
okay.
how they do have a lot of updates coming, a lot of fixes coming, a lot of graphical UI changes coming. Just to make it look a little bit more modern, a little bit easier to navigate. Also, they have Xbox One X enhancements coming, HDR, all that good stuff. So, very cool. So, Master Chief getting an update. They also have a Halo MCC Insider program that they said they wanted to start doing, where
Where you
they
can
similar
bring
to all the other Insider
suggestions
programs that you go
and
and you give suggestions, they kind of take your
what
feedback
new
and do it.
stuff's coming.
But what's really cool is I've actually I kind of expected like with a remaster, you just you release it, you support it for kind of use it's there to play, but they're going full head with it. They're like, no, we want this is the definitive Halo experience. We want it to be perfect. We want to keep updating it. So very cool. And then they want to release a giant, awesome arcade machine so you can play Halo literally in every medium.
Okay, we're gonna have to play this. We don't have one here, but do they have one in LA?
No, Dave and Buster's is coming to the Gateway.
Oh, really?
Yeah.
Okay.
Gateway's becoming like a nightlife kind of scene, so Dave and Buster's is going in there.
Okay.
Really excited.
All right.
I love Dave and Buster's. I have lots of tickets from there. I'm sure they're all expired, but
Do they have
What if I could
do
go,
tickets
like-
have an expiration date?
oh, it's a card. I'm sure there is like
Yeah. They probably use like scanners on your wrist now, like in a
Yeah.
future movie or something like that.
your thumbprint.
Yeah.
It's all tied to your thumbprint now.
Like Minority
That
Report.
brings us to the next portion of our show. That's right. This is the portion of the show where we take your questions. This is the X1 Bros Mailbag. To submit a question, all you need to do is subscribe to us
That's
over
fine.
on Patreon. X1.
Going. Sorry, David.
Patreon.com/positive gaming. You guys are distracting me.
I know that this one was mine.
I never folded mine.
I put my name on it. No, I folded yours for you.
Yeah, Jordan. So I think Jordan tossed it over here.
And then I threw it over there. Apparently, then I threw it over there.
That's exactly what happened. We're talking about our notes. We print off our notes before.
And Jordan hid mine.
Anyways, this is our mail.
Can I be honest? Jordan does some weird things to me during the show. Last week he drugged me.
Yeah, he did. He really did. So we take. Sometimes it's tired. It's late. It's the end of the week. We've all worked hard.
Sometimes
when we're tired, we take a pre-workout drink. I take a full scoop because I, of course, am intolerant to it
Your
at this
body
point.
needs it.
My body can't handle it. I put them in bags before I come over. I give
see us if you're watching.
just the Ziploc bag. It basically looks like drugs.
We just mix it into a drink and then
I put a quarter of a scoop in Spicy and Jordan's. Now, last week, usually I'm the one that puts together the drinks, the juice, the mixes, the cocktails, and gives us the energy to go. Last week, Jordan did it. Jordan put my full dosage into Spicy's cup. What time did you go to bed?
I didn't.
11 a.m. the next day, right?
Yeah, and that was a nap.
You took a full scoop of C4 has killed people. Like C4 is like crack, man.
You
that
know
what it
what?
was?
My wife was like
Is that what it was?
pissed.
Could I have killed you?
No,
Yeah,
no.
Oh yeah.
She told me that I'm not allowed to drink anything that you make, Jordan. She told me that.
They weren't labeled. Well, yeah, they were just.
Well, when Mark drank it, he was like, "Woo, that's strong stuff."
because it was like all powder.
And I'm like, "Why is that so strong? It's normally it should be
Do you
like
want to
water."
know a story? So that happened that night. So I'm laying in bed, okay, and I'm like, this is like 4 or 5 in the morning. I can't sleep. I'm wired.
Yeah, it does that to you.
And so occasionally I'll like go sleep on a couch or go sleep on the floor when I can't sleep because I already have a tough time sleeping.
Yeah.
So I'm laying on the floor by our bed because I don't want to bother my wife, and I just
Casper mattress.
Okay,
Highly recommend it.
Yeah. They don't sponsor the show. We should get.
You
it
could
since
jump
we've
on
done
that
many
thing, your
times.
wife will sleep. I mean, you jump on the bed, wife will sleep right through it. That's what I mean.
Gosh. Okay, so I'm sleeping next to the bed. Oh dear. Okay, I gotta keep going. I'm sleeping on on
they
the
tested
floor.
it on the commercial.
And yeah, and there's outside there's a lamp in the middle of in the front of my house, a street. And I'm just sitting there like breathing hard. Like I don't know what's going on. I have so much, caffeine
Energy?
in my system. Is it caffeine?
Well, isn't it just pure
No,
caffeine?
it's like it's a cocktail, so it's like
And I'm not used to this. I had an energy drink once, and I almost died. Like my body does not like this stuff.
yeah, it's like that. It's got it's like 8 cups of coffee equivalent plus green tea and B12. And
That's
the
why
whole shot.
I feel bad. Like it kills people.
Well, so I'm laying there and I'm staring up at
sorry.
the ceiling, okay? I'm staring up at the ceiling and the lamp in the front of the street shines through my window and it's on the ceiling just a glow. And my wife, being the nice, wonderful woman she is, she's concerned about me, right? She reached down and she started stroking my arm because she felt bad, that I'm awake. But in my mind, I'm staring up at the ceiling and the creature from Stranger Things is
Demogorgon?
coming over the bed. The Demogorgon, exactly. And it's cold, clammy hands, and it slowly creeps up my arm.
So you are hallucinating?
I was hallucinating. I kid you not, this is the scariest moment of my life.
Okay, that might not be from what you drank. What else did you take that night? Like, whoa!
So scared. I was so scared. I don't know what, because it was like the perfect silhouette, because it's dark and there's a shining lamp on the ceiling, and I'm like,
It just looks like an arm.
I just looked like I was like, yeah, because in movies you like jump back.
Yeah.
There was no jump back. I was just like, okay, I'm
just-
dead.
you just
I'm a
freeze?
dead man.
You just-
I just froze.
Did you grab the machete that you have under your bed?
Yeah, I do hold a machete.
You
in
were
my
probably
bed.
somewhere between wake and sleep.
That's
Like,
probably
you
That,
were
like,
like in-
Okay.
you know when
in
you like
nowhere land.
You know how you like fall asleep for 5 minutes, then you wake up and you don't really realize that you fell asleep for 5 minutes.
yeah.
Maybe that was your.
Maybe that was it. But oh my gosh, that was the scariest.
So what would
That was
happen
like
if you
the
drank
fir-
a lot of that?
The first
It would probably kill you.
The first time I watched
Wow.
The Ring when I was a kid, it's like I was like affected for like 3 days, right?
Yeah.
I could not sleep.
Couldn't go to the bathroom, huh?
Yeah, I couldn't do anything. I couldn't answer the phone. I couldn't do anything. This was like that.
That was back when VHSs actually existed still.
Yeah,
That was-
yes,
so it was really scary.
It was the. Oh my gosh, this was Don't drug me anymore. And my wife told me I can't drink anything you prepare, Jordan.
That's funny. Well, I feel bad. Like oh man, like
Because I'm sitting there
I could have killed you.
Because during the show, Mark was wired. And I'm sitting there thinking, what is going on with Mark?
What
and then I get home.
Because, like, the show, I'm like, we should talk about Pluto. I want to be a spaceman.
Pluto!
Pluto.
Pluto!
Last episode, I was like, I want to be a
Superheroes.
superhero. I want to go and get struck by lightning, guys. I was like, oh my gosh. Terrible.
On the instructions, how much does it take to say to take?
Oh, no, yeah. Wait, so you have to measure your, like, the effect on your body, and it always says, first take only a quarter of a scoop, and then you see how it affects you, and if it doesn't and you need more, then you take more. But it's a gradual thing. Like, that's why so you're...
No, and my body doesn't like energy drinks at all.
Oh, yeah,
like,
yeah.
I
So, like,
freak
a
out.
quarter is just like a nice, like, I'm refreshed. A full scoop's like, I'm sweaty. My shirt is drenched in sweat, and I haven't been running.
I could have I feel bad because I could have given you a heart attack. Or
Yeah,
something.
you could have.
Yeah.
My wife's pissed. She's not pissed. But she just strongly recommended.
Next time, give her some. Tell her to join. Join the hallucination crowd.
That was funny because you did drink and you're like, "Wow!"
I like coughed and it was like boom, air coming out of my mouth.
Okay, this is the portion of the show where we take your questions.
I'm sorry,
this is
Mark.
the X1
It was
Bros.
an accident.
That's
I
okay.
didn't really do it.
Hey,
Yeah,
this
sorry.
is the X1 Bros Mailbag. In order to submit a question, if you want to have a chance to have your question answered, you just got to be a Patreon. Go over and support us on Patreon. Subscribe to us there.
A patron. You can be a patron.
On Patreon.
Go to
subscribe to us
Patreon.
over on Patreon.
Yeah, that's good.
That's what I said.
Yeah. No, you said you can be a Patreon.
Oh yeah, okay.
No,
great.
it's patron.
I do that all the time.
Oh, you do?
Yeah.
Okay, then that means it's correct if you do it all the time.
I've made it correct. It's not wrong, teacher. I do it all the time.
I do it. These are the lyrics I choose to sing.
No, Positive Gaming. What is it? Patreon.com/Positive Gaming. Check us out there, and you can submit your question. A thing goes up every week. First question comes from Roland Archer. He says, my game backlog makes me think twice about buying new AAA titles right away when they come out, but it's hard to resist. Do you take your backlog into account when deciding when to buy another title or wait until it's on sale? Let's go to Jordan first. Backlog, new game comes out. Do you even think about your backlog? I don't think you do.
No.
No. You just pull the trigger.
Well, I tried to play Tomb Raider, but then all of a sudden you jump into ESO, and then Divinity comes out, and
Jordan,
State of Decay comes
Jordan's
out.
a pull the trigger man.
he called me today. No, it was yesterday. He called me
yesterday, and I said, "You want to waste money?"
Yeah, he's like, we can just burn $50 right now. It's easy. I know it's free in 2 weeks, but we can get State of Decay 2 and just play it. But who cares? Just waste money.
Because why not?
Yeah, that's what he said. And I'm like, oh, you know what? You're right. Let's play it.
Right, here we go.
So, yeah.
So, McSpicy, when you go and look at purchasing a new game, do you consider your backlog before purchasing it?
No,
I do ahead of time. Like if I'm sitting and thinking, oh, maybe I'll get this game. I was like, no, I got too many games to play.
I actually go, is this game going to look good in my backlog? I mean,
It's like a library. Like a backlog is like, when you go into someone's office and they just have books.
I buy games.
That's what a backlog is.
I buy games
To
that
show
just
off.
go right into the backlog.
It's to show off.
Yeah. So it's going to go into
So
the
no,
backlog.
the answer is no.
No.
None of us really do.
Yeah.
Okay.
We just like to have games.
Yeah, we just
Yeah.
we're a kid in candy shop.
That's exactly
Kid in
what
the
it
candy
is.
shop. Just
Yeah.
take the next best thing. Roland Archer, great question. Thank you so much. Martin Schulteb writes in and says, my Rage 2 hype is through the roof. Do you guys think it will compete with Destiny and go the share world route, or do you think they'll go up against Borderlands and go 4-player co-op? I'd love to see them go 4-player co-op. So for Rage, Bethesda, it's id, right? That does
ID
that,
Software?
the ID Software that does
id.
Rage.
Is it ID or id?
I've
It's
heard it
a
both- I've heard it
Ubisoft
both ways.
Ubisoft scenario.
Tomato.
Yeah, potato.
Okay. Id or ID?
Or whatever you want.
Okay. Yeah. Patron or Patreon?
No, it's patrons at Patreon.
Okay.
No, you're right on those.
I know I am.
Uh,
But you are too, since you haven't.
since I refuse
Don't.
to admit that I'm wrong.
Yeah.
I think, I'll be honest, with Rage, and Bethesda and their pedigree and the way that it looked, it looked like it was 60 frames a second. That's what they've been doing
Well,
with all their games
that's
lately.
the id software.
Yeah, I think they'll go 4-player co-op. I don't think they'll go to compete with Destiny and make it a shared world experience. Having said that, I think Borderlands will go shared world, the next Borderlands, and try to compete with Destiny. If you think about it, it's Destiny 1.0.
Well, the same company tried to compete with Overwatch, and they didn't do so well there. So
Yeah.
I think they.
I think
not compete with
they
games.
stay with Rage. It looks like I said, it looks like an open world Doom. You give me an open world Doom, and I'm there all day long, baby. Like that Doom is so good. That's what it looks like. It looks like it plays the same way, but in a crazy cool Mad Max type of world, apocalyptic world, and I'm all over that. Jordan,
Yeah,
do you agree with me? Disagree?
I think it'll probably be more of a 4-player co-op type of thing.
McSpicy?
Yeah.
Wow. Well, I'm really glad that we had this talk, guys.
Well, you covered everything.
Yeah. No,
What
you
did
don't
you leave
disagree.
us?
You don't think that it will try to go Bethesda sticks its foot in the ring against a Destiny? Bethesda's just the producer, but
Well, that means they have call the shots.
yeah.
Doesn't that?
Yeah, right.
I don't know. Honestly, you always ask. We always. It's not you. It's everybody.
well,
I get asked these questions. I don't know.
Is it going to be multiplaer? That's what I want to know.
Yeah, I
Okay.
definitely
Co-op.
would be
Yeah,
co-op.
it's gonna be. Yeah.
So I honestly I think it'll just be like a co-op experience.
Well, what would
right?
you like? Would you like it to be a shared world, or do you think staying in and just doing like a co-op, single player / co-op option?
If the co-op is done right, absolutely. Like I like the progression. I like doing objectives. Objectives. That is a story-driven game. But at the same time, when I'm in someone else's world, I don't want to have to repeat it again, right?
Yeah.
So
Yeah.
if
Yeah.
it's done right, yeah, absolutely. Like, sure. I think Borderlands even, yeah. If you were on the same mission, it was a good co-op, right?
Yeah. Do you agree with me? I really do believe Borderlands should take a shot at Destiny and go shared world.
Yeah, I mean-
Don't stay co-op if you're Borderlands. I think you go shared world.
I think everybody should take a shot, right? That if they're capable
If they're capable of
if
it.
they're capable of it, just because that's Destiny's bar is high, right? So
Yeah.
I mean, Borderlands bar was high, and then
Yeah,
Destiny
Borderlands
came
was
on.
really good.
Let's raise it. Competition will make us have a lot of fun in games.
Yeah.
I'm saying, yeah, I like.
Well, and you have Anthem coming out, which has been delayed, so there's a niche there. But if you think about it, Borderlands would be unique if you could just capture the Borderlands feel, but give that a shared world experience. Because if you think about it, it basically already was a shared world experience. It was built that way. We just didn't have that at the time, really. No games like that really existed outside of true MMOs and World of Warcraft type of games. So just take Borderlands 3 and make it a shared world, and you're golden.
Yeah.
Yeah. I also think the game we're talking about, Rage 2.
Rage 2, yeah.
I think it's a co-op game. I don't think they'll go multiplayer.
No, I don't think they'll go shared world either.
Yeah.
I just don't think that's.
I mean, that's what I bet.
Bethesda right.
Obviously, co-op and multiplayer.
Yeah,
they
but-
already have a multi.
Bethesda right now is in this lane, and they're owning it. Like Doom, Wolfenstein. Speaking of which,
That's right,
Wolfenstein 2. That's the game I'm playing right now in my backlog. I forgot to mention
Yeah.
that. I put it up to a poll over on Patreon. What backlog game should I play? And I put all Bethesda games because I wanted to play Rage 1 since that came out. Nobody voted for Rage 1. I think one person did. Everybody voted for Wolfenstein 2. So I'm playing.
Have you finished that game?
Playing Wolfenstein
Wait,
2. No, I
Is
will.
Rage 1 on
Probably by
Xbox
next week,
One?
I think. I'm thinking. Yeah, Rage, it's backwards compatible.
Oh, okay. I was thinking, wait, was there a Rage I missed?
No.
Backwards compatibility.
Rage 0.5. You missed that. It was the
0.75,
beta.
Chapter 1.5.
Martin, thank you very much for writing in. Great question. Dark Knight and Tyler McCord both had similar questions. They want to know, do you feel the early leaks of game announcements like a Battlefield V, do you think that these early leaks take away from the excitement that normally comes with things like E3, or does it add more excitement to the show knowing what you're going to see? Let's start with McSpicy.
I think it's done on purpose.
Yeah.
I think it's done on purpose to
At that
create-
level, nothing's an accident.
Yeah.
Unless
Exactly.
something is an accident. Like someone
Yeah.
trips over the server plug. I
Server
think that's an
plug, or
accident.
someone who forgets to code in the multiplayer to the game. I think that's kind of an accident, right?
Yeah. No, I agree with you. I think it's a leak
No, I think everything's
done
a
on
leak
purpose.
nowadays.
Or not a leak, but done
They
on
have a
purpose.
leak department.
The plumbers.
Because it builds
They call
up
up the
hype
plumbers.
for, like, come experience it at E3. We'll talk more about this at E3.
Yeah.
Here's this teaser video.
It makes them relevant again.
Here we go. Here's an example. Red Dead Redemption. Red Dead Redemption, we've seen... What we haven't seen is gameplay footage at all. That's what we're going to see at E3.
I think
that's
that
going to be
runs
huge
out.
on the PlayStation stage. That's going to be giant. Everybody's going to be waiting to see that.
Is it going to be on PlayStation stage?
Yeah,
Did they
that's
announce
the big thing with Red Dead. With whatever, Rockstar. I think what we'll see from Red Dead, speaking of, is I think they're going to do the deep here in Red Dead, like
that guy.
Oh,
yeah.
show the different features, and I think that's going to be at E3.
The narrated trailers.
And I think showing these
The
first
best
story trailers is just building hype for that, because what we ultimately want to see is gameplay footage, and that's what E3 is set aside for. So it builds more hype. I would agree. I think that's...
No, yeah, and with Rockstar, you get fired, or even Apple, you get fired if they leak anything.
Oh yeah, those guys, they have your balls.
So-
in a
Does
vice.
Apple really have a leak? I mean,
Yeah.
I feel at this point it's like, all right, they're gonna release a phone next year,
They're like
and
the
then they're gonna release the S version.
Well,
6 months
because-
after
they're
that.
the inventors of leaks.
Well,
They,
because
started it.
what you're worried about if you're Apple too is and same with like Microsoft or PlayStation, with when you're building hardware, you have different companies doing different parts of it. If any of those they have you, because if any of those companies leak anything that you're working on, just go to another. Okay, see ya. You just lost their business, and
Buy Samsung.
that punches you in the
they
face.
can't. Samsung's too big, and they make good stuff. So they're like, okay, we'll sue you, but let's go golf after.
Freaky Arrow says Apple employees just leave their prototype phones at bars. This is true. This has happened multiple
exactly.
or they're seen using them on the subway.
Yeah.
Great questions, guys. Lost in Reality writes in and wants to know, with a major game like Call of Duty adding Battle Royale mode to Black Ops 4, do games like Fortnite and PUBG start to get left behind, especially since we can assume more major titles will add the same mode to their games? We've talked about this before. Now it's official with Call of Duty. Call of Duty is a juggernaut. So far, I really like the way the gameplay looks. You take a Call of Duty, throw it in. Will these other games be left behind? It depends. You got to remember the point that you brought up before, McSpicy, is Fortnite is free to play. That's
they're
what
doing
brings the audience size.
No, yeah. I say no. It doesn't depend. I say Fortnite, for example. Let's take Fortnite.
Sure.
They're using the Microsoft technique in the 80s, where they gave all their computers and software to elementaries for free. All the kids learned on that software. Now everybody uses Windows. All the kids, this is what their friends play. This is everything is Fortnite right now. They're not going anywhere else. Fortnite is
King.
the king
Yeah.
at this point, just because it's free to play and every kid on the planet is playing it. There's no that they're gonna always have that game forever.
Yeah.
So no, I think Fortnite is not going anywhere.
Fortnite owns it. Then Jordan, how about you? You think these other guys can push Battle Royale juggernauts like Fortnite out of the way?
I think it just depends on how good it is, right? I mean, really, if you think about it, Fortnite Battle Royale came out of nowhere, right?
Yeah.
And it did stuff better than other games, right?
Yeah.
You know?
I would be
No,
curious.
I don't know. It just like, say Call of Duty comes out and they have this amazing feature, this amazing setup that just everybody loves, you know?
Yeah.
So
You could become.
I don't know. I mean, I don't think Fortnite will. It's like PUBG and Fortnite. I don't think they're ever going to go anywhere. But I mean, depending on
Their
how
player base could be diminished.
yeah, depending on how good a game does a battle royale. The thing is Fortnite's so good, someone wants to make a better game, right? And that's how competition raises standards.
Hi
right?
Warriors in chat says it doesn't matter because Fortnite will just copy what Call of Duty does.
So,
anyways.
I didn't think of that. You're right.
Yeah, there you go.
Touche. Touche. Great questions. Nessified writes in and asks, let's start with McSpicy on this one. Do you feel like the Xbox One is being used to its full potential? I look at the Xbox store and it's flooded with indie and retro type games that, in my opinion, don't use the Xbox to its fullest power. McSpicy, thoughts?
Well, I mean, no, because optimization, right? And optimization of what the hardware is available, that always happens at the end of a console cycle.
Yeah.
Right? And we're still, and I grant, especially with the Xbox One X, we're still, I mean, it's been
We're
5 or
brand
6
new. We're
years.
brand new.
But yeah, with the X, we're brand
Babies.
new. Yeah, we're just pups. The end of the cycle is where you're going to really see the good stuff, and then it just happens again, right? When the next console comes out. But no, all those games, like the retro games and the 8-bit games, I mean, that's just a style of gameplay. You see games, and I'm going to bring in PlayStation. You look at a game like God of War that just barely came out, absolutely beautiful.
Sure.
I mean, there are games that will max out the hardware for sure. And at the end of the cycle, when optimization, when you know everything about that hardware, you know what it is capable of, that's when the games really look just absolutely gorgeous.
Yeah, look at Halo 3 to 4.
Yeah.
there was a huge jump in graphical fidelity. I mean, they also have $1 billion, but
Yeah.
and that helps.
I would like to push back against the idea that it's not being that there aren't games. For instance, Forza I think uses it to its to what it currently its fullest, especially.
I
on
don't think
Xbox
so.
One X.
I think they could do better.
Yeah.
And they have, over time. That's what I'm talking about, optimization.
Oh, sure.
So the next iteration will even look better. They have time to learn more what works better.
But I mean, the idea that there's just indie games in the store utilizing the Xbox One X. Forza is a AAA racing game that looks gorgeous. It's beautiful. It's smooth. What they're able to do. What's the other one that I freaking love? Senua, Hellblade. Hellblade
Senua's
is
Sacrifice.
gorgeous as well. I mean, that's just a good-looking game all around. But yeah, can you imagine what they're able to do?
at
in
the
a
end
few,
of the
a
cycle,
few years from now.
Yeah, exactly. So I think seeing those indie games, I think that's just art style choice by whatever developer is making those. I think we'll get better optimization over time. I don't think it's a worry that they're not utilizing the power.
Yeah, great question, Nessified. Interesting discussion. Jamar Rivers, last but not least, writes in, and let's give this to Jordan because I think Jordan has probably watched a lot of reviews when it comes to State of Decay. He wants to know, do you guys feel like the reviews for State of Decay are fair? I feel like games that may not be for everyone get mistreated by critics. Let's take Sea of Thieves, he says. I enjoy playing it and watching the stream, yet it isn't given much of a chance. Jordan, thoughts? Did you have a chance to watch any State of Decay reviews?
Well, the thing is what's hard about reviews is it's all opinions, right?
Yeah.
Like even if you're like I'm unbiased, you still have an opinion, right? Like your opinion,
you're biased by default.
Your opinion
to
is
your
wrong
own taste
to this guy, or your opinion's different from this guy, or you're that guy. I mean, it's all reviews are really hard. That's why the best way to do it is you can watch reviews if you want, but if you think that you would like the game, buy it. I think I've seen both sides. I've seen people that like the game a lot and people that don't like the game a lot, and honestly, when you're listening to the review, it just comes down to their style. Right?
Well, and one thing that I look for this word, fun.
Yeah.
That's it. So, and I
we
think
had
it's
so
hard to
much
do
fun,
because
5. And you're like,
because I'll give you an example in both Sea of Thieves and State of Decay, where and State of Decay 2, did not get bad reviews. It got decent reviews.
Yeah, I mean, lowest I've seen is around 7-ish.
Glitches hurt it, and I don't think that's unfair. I think that's fair.
Mm-hmm.
I do think that you should come back and do re-reviews, which I think most places do that now, where they come back and say, 6 months later, here's where our new review is. Did we adjust the score? Yes, we went up. No, we went down. Yes, they supported it. Yes, they fixed all this, whatnot. But one thing that I noticed is in Sea of Thieves Sea of Thieves got pretty terrible scores, actually. But everybody had fun. And so a reviewer kind of has a hard job, in my opinion, because they've got a review. I'm having fun now. They're also looking like what's the longevity of this game? So they're not just reviewing like.
But see,
right
that's
now.
another thing. Is the game, if you have fun for the let's say 20, 40 hours that you played, is that not worth it? You know what I mean? Like that's what I mean.
True.
Just because a game, I mean, I don't know. How do you say like?
What I like to do in my reviews, I watch a variety of reviews. There is a couple people that a handful of people that I trust, but I watch a variety of views, and where there's commonality in criticisms, you can probably bet that that's true. I.e., glitches there was commonality there. Whether it's a buy or a must or a not buy, that's very subjective.
You want an aggregate of reviews, then?
An aggregate, yes, like a Metacritic, if you will.
Okay, yeah.
But no, I watch a couple of different reviews. But I think McSpicy's got a solid strategy. Don't watch reviews, watch gameplay. Streamers.
Watch streamers that are, actually bought it or whatever, and they're playing it.
Yeah.
Whatever, and that's how I
think
get
that's
it.
I think that's solid.
Yeah.
I think that's solid. Great questions. Thank you very much, Jamar. Again, this is our mailbag. If you'd like to be a part of the mailbag and have a chance to get your questions answered, just subscribe to us on Patreon, patreon.com/positive gaming. Help us grow, help the community grow. We appreciate the support. That does us for the week, guys. This is episode 211. Coming at you like it's 1999. Mr. McSpicy, what are you looking forward to this week, and where can people find you?
State of Decay.
Oh, yeah.
Dose.
The Doso.
The Doso. I'm gonna be playing that. You can find me on Twitter at Mr. McSpicy. My gamer tag is also Mr. McSpicy. I will be playing Fortnite as well because I'm hooked. So whatever.
Jordan.
I don't know. I'm happy with my life.
I'm Jordan the Man X will be everywhere, but the usuals of Fortnite and
Gonna be back
all
into
that stuff.
ESO?
Yeah, so I'll probably play more ESO because I'm liking that game. State of Decay 2, and I'll probably jump into Divinity 2 and meet up with Feedback Billy.
Oh, Feedback Billy. You're going to kill him? Kill him on purpose so that he comes back as a ghost.
Yeah.
Can you kill the ghost, though?
I don't know. They didn't actually get that
Yeah.
far. They're like, but then he comes back as an undead, and everyone's like, whoa, Feedback Billy.
Oh, guys, you know, so you want to know what I did this week? I tried to get the achievement 20 chests on your
Oh, you were
ship
telling me that.
in
Yeah.
Sea of Thieves.
It's a tough one.
I just didn't have enough time.
Yeah, it's hard.
I put a crew together via the stream in the morning, and we got to 15 chests and a couple barrels. We made the mistake at the beginning of doing the riddles. Just exit out the riddles and only do the maps. And we could have done it had we done that.
Yeah.
It's an achievement. Do you have that achievement, Spicy?
I don't think I do.
We should get it. Let's get it together, guys.
Yeah.
I say we get
it together.
Let's
Yeah,
get
let's-
it together.
All right.
Get it
all right.
together.
The Hungering Deep, by the way, which we did not talk about.
Oh,
came
yeah,
out
the
with a
new trailer. That's because the trailer didn't
It's just a
really-
tease trailer. I was a
Yeah.
little bit disappointed in
It
that.
showed a shark.
They showed a shark. It seems like there's going to be a big cracking
Well,
event,
and
but with a shark.
they did kind of allude to like you can play some music and the shark will come. So, but
Yeah.
it wasn't anything like they didn't show any. It was just a tease. It was basically stuff you mostly kind of already knew.
I bet you it's for the merchant class, and you
the guy had one eye.
foster or you hunt down sharks and shark meat, fish for them, troll for them, if you will.
Mm-hmm.
I think that's what it will be. Be a good time.
Yeah.
Yeah, it'd be
Yeah.
cool.
Did you say where people can find you, Jordan?
Jordan the Man XOB everywhere.
I am X1 Bros. You can find me X1 Bros everywhere. Don't forget to join us over on Instagram because it's a good time. We do the pre-show there.
I'm gonna hit this button so we.
McSpicy looks really tired.
I'm exhausted.
It just hits
oh
you.
My
Maybe we should have
gosh.
given you a little bit more.
I think that stuff actually like drains me. I have like a
gotta find the
spurt of
sweet
5
spot. You gotta
minutes.
find that sweet spot.
No, it lasts. Let me tell you, it's lasts longevity. Thank you very much, everybody. Have a fantastic week. Positive gaming. We will see you guys later. Have a great gaming time. Thank you so much, everybody, for joining us. What a great day. Another great show. We appreciate all the support. Appreciate you guys joining us. Now it's time to do our Patreon credits. Here we go, baby. Patreon credits or
let's
producer credits.
Turn this back on.
These
and
are our
then-
producer credits, everybody.
Oh, whoops. I'm
That's
pressing
not
on
our
the
producer
That's
credits.
another screen. Here we go.
Here's our producer credits. Beast 420 in the house with some Darth Vader.
Chief Wiggum 86.
Oh, Laura
Laura
Croft
Croft.
is looking so sexy. Dark Knight
Hey,
with some Destiny.
Nathan Fillion.
Yeah,
Thank
he's
you very
awesome.
Thank you very much for the support.
Freaky RO.
The Freakster.
Boy.
Boy.
Greg
Oh,
Cheney.
Kerrigan.
I thought McSpicy would like that one.
I'm kind of attracted
You're
to
welcome.
his
Happy
alien.
Mayo with Tracer.
Oh,
Tracer's looking
that's-
fine in those
I'm
yellow pants.
Not opposed to that cosplay.
Cat of all dreams
Cat of
with
all dreams.
Geralt.
Oh, Geralt, yeah.
Oh, that's awesome. Nerdy
Oh,
Meathead. Oh, that's
Rainbow
sexy.
Six. That's a good
Six.
gun.
Ooh,
That's a good
sexy.
gun.
Nerdy meathead. R56 Cooper. There he is with some Forza
GT.
6. I know he likes that
The
game, so we
GT.
threw in some.
Ronan!
Ronan!
Yes, there he
Send you
is.
sacrifice.
Thank you very much to all our producers. Terry Asepi with some
Ooh,
sweet
on-
Assassin's Creed.
on the pyramid.
On the pyramid.
On
That
the
is
pyramid.
freaking awesome. And there you
Yes.
go. Those are our
Thank you very
producers.
much. Those are our producers. $20 or more subscription over on Patreon. Get you a producer credits as well as a bunch of other benefits. Thank you very much to all our producers for the support. Really appreciate it. Let's go raid somebody, guys. Let me just see who's on. We are going to raid someone who just hit, who's been working really hard. He really has been, and he just hit 1,000 followers this week. That is.
By the way, did you notice we hit 7th? Not to take away what you're saying.
Oh yeah,
but
we did hit 7,000
during
yeah,
the show.
so thank you. Hey, let's give ourselves a round of applause. Let's do.
While I look for something, let me just turn on some elevator music.
Oh, there we go. Yes.
I reorganized everything. I don't know where anything is anymore. Oh, whatever. I'll do a crowd laughing.
There it is. Crowd laughing. Don't worry.
We'll do a crowd
Ah,
laughing.
we
for
hit
that
at
one.
7,000. Yes.
That's a funny joke.
Anyways, thank you very much, everybody, for supporting us. We are going to go and raid Bama Shocks. Let's not type. Well, we could type in hellos, or no, let's type in Positive Gaming. Let's just do it. Positive Gaming over at Bama Shops. You just have to stay here and chat, and we will end it, and then go over to Bama Shocks in 3, 2, 1. Thanks, everybody. We'll see you next.